we can get into tonight. No, what's going on, man? Give me 1 second. Alright. Hey, what's up? Oh, it's alright. So got scheduled today, and just coincidentally got tomorrow off. Or, well, I guess you could say today off now, but whatever. It's my mom's birthday, so be able to go hang out there without worrying about having to get to work and, you know. Although Monday should be all right, but on weekends it can be bad because if you go down to the island and you just catch everybody leaving at once, and it could be some weird time of day shit. It could be like at the middle of the afternoon on a Saturday. Like, why is everybody leaving? You think they'd be going to the beach, right? No, they'll just all be leaving at once, and then everything gets backed up, and then they're doing some kind of construction on the bridge leading off the island, and shit, next thing you know, you're stuck in traffic for 2 hours, you know? I've left giving myself time to get somewhere and got there freaking 4 hours late. Instead of like an hour and a half, 2 hours early, I get there 4 hours late and stuff. You know, it can just happen. So I was like, well, you know, if you know, at the very worst, Monday is probably one of our slowest days traditionally. So I'd be like, you know, hey, I'm on my way back, but all of a sudden I got caught in this horrible traffic jam. The whole freeway shut down, you know, blah, blah, blah. I don't think I'd get... You know, anyway, doesn't matter because I actually got off, so that's cool. Tomorrow it'd be kind of chill. I don't know what time I'll stream. I don't know what time I'll get back home. I'll go visit her. I got a really cool present. It's I don't think I've seen her with anything like this. I don't think it's really any new thing, although modern technology makes it can make some pretty cool shit nowadays. It's one of those, and it's really super, super heavy. I was thinking it was like epoxy, right? Like a clear chunk of epoxy, and then what they do is they do a 3D image inside of it, and it's cool because it looks the same from both sides. It's just except reverse, right? Like it's 3D from either angle, and I guess they pinpoint laser dots inside the middle of the crystal to create kind of an image, right? And pretty cool, but it's super, super heavy. So, I mean, I'm sure it's some kind of manufactured crystal type of thing. It's heavy enough to definitely be glass. Feels actually a little heavier than glass. So maybe it is actually like some kind of crystal. I'm guessing it's some kind of manufacture. You know how they manufacture diamonds? You know, they manufacture crystal, something like that. They aren't cheap. I mean, at least not to me, they're not cheap. But it was super cool. So they had like a deal going on. If you bought a little base with it, a little light base, it's got a couple little LEDs on a little black base. Kind of looks like something you'd set like, I don't know, a trophy or something like that on or whatever. But it's small. It's, you know, like yay big, right? And then crystal, it's not that big. I couldn't afford. The next one up was like 3 times as much. The one I got was on sale because I guess they were trying to get rid of them. So I got that and the base and a card for about the same as what it would normally cost just by itself type thing. I don't know, I had seen it and I'd been thinking about it for quite a while, so I found a picture that I thought was pretty cool. It's something I know my mom really likes, you know, something like that. And I don't know, Mother's Day coming up too. Maybe it'd have been a better Mother's Day gift, but I mean, her birthday's tomorrow and the Mother's Day is what, in a couple of weeks, right? In May sometime, I think. When is Mother's Day, actually? It's actually a good question. It's a Sunday, I know that. Let me see something. Mother's Day. May 10th, yeah. Then my dad's birthday is on the 17th, and then Father's Day comes right back around in June, so they're all like just all right there together. I think I know what I want to get my dad. I don't know how much they are. I mean, if they're like like $200 or something, I'll have to think of something else. But hopefully they're sort of reasonable. He's always doing shit. Like this dude is the most handyman dude you ever saw in your life. Like, he just doesn't stop fucking with stuff. Like all day, every day. His vacation is to fuck with something all day. It's just how he's wired. So anyway, they had these like military grade gloves, like a Kevlar kind of glove type thing. Nice, tight, flexible, but it had LEDs built into key places on the gloves to shine on whatever you're doing. So you could be working in the darkest corner of the attic on some wiring or some shit, and be in there, and your gloves actually light up like literally what you're doing. Or you reach into pull some wires apart trying to read a label or read a tag or to get a serial number or stuff like that and whatever, and like built-in lights on work gloves, and they're like, they're supposed to be all like 5,000 degree heat resistant and stab proof and puncture proof and all this other cool stuff. So I mean, like, sounds cool. I mean, they don't have to be all that, but as long as they're durable and they got the little lights on them. Like, he doesn't have anything like that. That'd be cool. I think. I don't know. He's one of those. There's nothing you can get the dude. He just like literally nothing. I don't know. That's more of like a Father's Day or a tool type gift type thing, I guess. But whatever. I just don't really have any ideas. For people that are impossible to shop for, and they've got like 4, birthday holiday things all packed together within a month of each other. The hell are you supposed to do? I mean, if you're a millionaire, I guess you just go get them a boat or a house or something. I'd be happy with that, but that's not me. So anyway, I found that from my mom. I know she'll dig that. I don't know if there's anything like sentimental like that my dad would like. I doubt it. I also found another cool thing, although it seems like sort of like more like a gimmicky gift, more like a side gift that wouldn't be your like gift. It's these cup holders. So they fit in a cup holder, and then they can be adjusted to expand to bigger or smaller cups, I guess, or whatever. And then they have like a secondary thing that you like spin out, and it can create like a little platform, like a little cage type thing, or it can create another cup holder. So it's basically you could turn that one cup holder into 2 cup holder, a pretty much any size cup or whatever, or you could hold other things like a lunch bag, like from McDonald's or something, that type of shit or whatever. That's really, they are kind of cool. What I saw, and I was like, huh. My dad spends all day, every day in and out of his vehicle. He's always, running jobs or just doing errands or doing something. Like, dude, if that dude sat still, I think he'd just die. So I think he just has to keep moving to live. He kind of like, what's that one movie with Jason Statham? Where he's got to like constantly stay charged with adrenaline, or else his heart will give out or something. You know what I'm talking about? I forget what that one was. You probably know the movie I mean, anyway. So my dad's kind of like that, I guess, or something. It's fucking weird. Anyway, yeah. So got the schedule. Talked to my boss today. Had a problem. 2 problems this week, really, and it's a little early to be having problems, but I mean, problems are problems. And got that just cleared up. Got it cleared out. I was like, okay, I guess now I know how to fit in here, but I said this is kind of where I was coming from, and she's like, I get it, cool. That's not what it is, though. So, I like the way you work. We can be cool, right? And I'm like, yeah, we can just be cool then, right? Yeah. So forget it. Yeah, because I got other things to think about. Okay. It's like, I mean, are you cool? I basically said, I mean, like, I can just like totally switch over or whatever, but if you want me here, I'll stay. Just give me a fair shake and let me do my job, and I'll show you what I can do. She's like, cool. So today, I ran more runs than anybody had ever seen run in that store on a friggin' Sunday. And these are people that have been around about 8 years and opened this particular store. So yeah, I think it was like 23 in the time frame that I was there. I'd say a short shift, about 6 hours. Yeah, about 6 hours. I'd say 7 hours, but about almost 2 hours of it was spent in the store, not doing any driving. So yeah, in roughly about like say 5.5 hours, I did like 23 runs in a relatively large delivery area. So yeah, they're like, okay, cool. I seriously, I'll just let me drive. Just let me do my job type thing. Plus they took me off the one job that nobody wants to do, and let me just pretty much just, little cleanup thing. Everybody has like a little thing they need to do, just to at least pitch in around the store. So, it's not all on one or two people. And so I did my little thing pretty much when I got there while I was waiting to go drive. Got that shit out of the way. They didn't know that my job had been given to somebody else. They left it undone until like the end of the night, dude. It was, oh man. Luckily, man, they got a young kid there. He's only like 16 too. He's playing a couple sports, got his girlfriend, doing his job after school, goes to school and has his job and does his sports and all this shit. And he volunteered to stay an hour after because the dude that was supposed to do it's like all the dishes. But if you let the dishes pile up, it can take hours. It can take hours. He got back there and just got on it. Just started busting his ass because the other guy left it and he didn't want, all of that shit to be down on one person. Because I said, I'm not doing that too. I said, that's enough. Somebody else was supposed to do it. Nobody likes doing it. Too bad. Maybe I don't like doing it either, but I have to do it every day. Now that I don't, the other guy just burned off on it. The dude is literally the slowest, laziest person I've ever, the most unmotivated person I've ever met in my life, which is sad. And I'm not saying that with hate or disdain. I'm saying that with, it's sad. It's like the dude who got crushed by some life circumstance at some point and never recovered. Like that's literally how he comes across. Dude can't even pick up his feet when he walks. He can't pick up his feet. He can't smile. Can't laugh. I mean, like literally like crushed. And he's not uncivil. Like he's not a rude asshole or anything like that. He's not just like one of the useless garbage type of people. It's not like that. It's like he's literally like something real fucked up happened to this dude, and maybe he lost like his whole family all at once or something, and he just never recovered from it. I mean, like I'm not saying anything like that happened. It's like that type of. I don't recall ever meeting anybody that's just that defeated in like everything. They can't even find some small something to at least be sort of happy about or something. To be constantly, I don't know, man. I pity the guy actually. Had a problem with him earlier this week, and it was legitimate. But now in hindsight, I like, who gives a fuck? I mean, really, who gives a fuck? Shouldn't have gave as much of a fuck at the time, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, in hindsight, that's a good thing. And honestly, I'm kind of seeing this crew. They've known each other for like some years, and they may be like misfits, but they're those that it just still seems to somehow work, and they all fucking hate each other type thing. And I'm a new guy, so I'm just kind of getting that whole dynamic right there type of thing, and like. So them working with me or whatever, like how I normally like to work, I gotta change that a little bit. I mean, I don't think I changed the way I treat people and the way I do my job. I'm just saying change the way I interact with these particular guys, because they're not unlikable. And yeah, I'm nobody to be pointing fingers to anyway. I could certainly be an asshole too. Been seeing that here the last couple days. Shining bright too. Mainly had some shit on my mind that wasn't all that important, to be honest. Like that type of shit. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I've just been thinking about some stuff, I guess. But yeah, going good, regardless. Yeah, if I didn't have to like open the packaging, I'd like to show you guys that crystal. I kind of like to see it myself. I'll get to see it tomorrow when she opens it, but kind of like to show you what I was talking about. You can see an example of what I'm talking about if you care, or if you think you know somebody that might like something like that. It's a plate called Artpix, Artpix, and they do crystal 3D images. And apparently they can make like huge ones, like they can make big ass stuff like this. Apparently, but where I mean you could do something. You could have it like backlit, you know, like the size of an actual like painting, but like be an actual 3D image. Although I mean this little thing is only like yay big, and it weighs probably a pound or two. I mean it's heavy. Yeah, I'd say about a pound. And so I can't imagine what something that'd be like 2 or 3 feet, 2 by 3 feet or something like that, or even shit 1.5 by 2 feet, 18 by 20, 18 by 24, typical picture size. Man, I can't even imagine how much one of those would weigh. Probably shit between 50 and 100 pounds. I don't even know how you'd hang something like that. Anyway, I don't know. You know what? I'm playing something just to play it right now. I'm not saying, y'all know I love this game, but really, I'm just here to chat and bullshit. I'm streaming just to stream tonight. So if I want to, well, I mean, there's other streams where I've wound up chatting just for hours anyway, and I'd be cool with that. I mean, if we actually get some done and get off, and I mean, I'd like to get my character to a certain point tonight. I think. Don't know if I want to designate tomorrow as a big streaming. If I could get back to stream sometime between 5 and 7, then yeah, then tomorrow will be like a stream. But Mondays are typically, pretty quiet on streams. Pretty much Monday through at least Wednesday, if not Thursday, are pretty quiet normally. A few of us will stop by if there's nothing better to do, type of thing. A lot of people come in, I'm just got the stream on so I can go to sleep. Oh, thanks, man. That's cool. I mean, hey, appreciate it. But Monday's probably not the best night for that, but I got it off. And then I've got next Sunday off. So I'll have Monday, then 5, then a Sunday. I don't know if she's going to try to give me a Monday off behind that Sunday. She's also got another driver coming in, which can be bad. You want a good coworker, but if they're a good driver and they come in, it cuts down a lot of your work. It's not that I being the only driver has been almost perfect. I'm not going to lie, in terms of just getting shit done. It's been almost perfect. Can take just about all the runs that come in unless we just get completely flooded and slammed and there's just no way, to get anywhere, get anything anywhere on time or something. But as long as everybody's on the same page, it's been like just enough to keep me about as busy as possible. But yeah, I think with the new driver coming in, the money's going to go down. Like maybe even like 30 to 50% go down. Like my actual income across the board. Hourly will stay the same, I guess. Whatever. But that's not what you're driving for. Our hourly is not going to pay the bills. You've got to get tips. It's like a waitress in a sense. You say, well, waitress only makes $2. You make like 7 or 8 or 9 or whatever. I'll be like that. You got to factor in gas and all that other stuff. Cars are expensive, and God forbid something break down. You lose a week or two's worth of pay just fixing your brakes, some shit like that. Now, speaking of that, I got brakes making the noise too now again, and they've all been fixed within the last year. Less than a year, actually. All 4 brakes have been, the front and then the backs. 8 months. I think I did the front ones about 8 months ago, and I think I did the back ones, about 2 months ago? Did those myself. Well, my dad helped, but yeah, anyway. That's not cool. All right, let's figure out what we're going to keep, and we're going to just throw away everything else. This one improves with level up. I think that's the one. Yeah, this one's cool with fire damage, and the crit chance and all that is cool. And the demons and undead, but the fire damage. Well, I mean, rage demons When you meet the demons, the rage demons are like their assassins. Rage demons are demon assassins. Why do rage demons kick your ass so bad? It's like letting assassins run around and kill your party. They have different animations, but they have the same effect. Rage demons pop up on you. It's like a spiritual backstab or fire backstab. I don't know what they call it, but it does massive damage. It may not one shot you like an assassin will, but pretty close. So as cool as that would be. Now, if I was playing an archer, I may keep that in reserve. So as long as we're not fighting demons or fighting Canary or immune to fire, as long as we're not fighting demons, Canary, or dragons. I mean, I think you've knocked it down to about half the enemies in the game at that point, right? Not good for a whole lot, really, if you think about it. This one's good, though. This one's just solid. It's got 2 rune slots. If you ever want to use Sebastian for anything, cool. Just let him have that. Whatever level he's at, it'll be at least 3 stars. I don't think nature damage is good ever. I'll just give these. Got an extra rune slot. Spirit damage one does. It's not going to make up for enemies that are immune to spirit, but I mean, I could just leave her with just the physical ones too, but I like the matching ones. So we'll give those to what's her name? Isabella. I think all this is rogue stuff, right? I will be using Meryl. Probably not till Act 2, but when I get her, I can give her this ring and just let her have it, and she'll have it. I probably didn't need to buy one here. She gets one for herself, and then it's in Act 2. Yeah, I made a mistake in buying this. Once I bought it. I was like, fuck. Then I thought about it, and I'm like, you know, actually, probably should have just not bothered. Although I might bring Meryl with me on a couple things in Act 1. But Act 2, you got to go destroy all, like, the evil tomes and all that. Hey, Vincent, what's going on? Oh, yeah. Hey, somebody want to explain to me how 420, like, I guess, call me living under a rock or whatever. That's fine. I'll take it. But whatever. What does 420, like, have to do? I mean, like, why is that even a thing? Like, what makes that a thing? What set that as a particular date? Did something happen or something come out on that particular date in time? And I mean, it's associated with weed, period, across the board. So I'm just curious why. Can somebody explain that one to me? If you explain it and I remember, then I'll be like, oh yeah, I've heard that before. But I really can't think of ever knowing why that's an actual date for that. Maybe I always just felt stupid asking the question, but I honestly don't know. Really, honestly, don't know. That's Sebastian, and that's Sebastian. So we got that out of her. I mean, any excuse to wish somebody a good day. I mean, I get it, but I'm just kind of curious what's up with that. Beautiful. Maybe if there is some random bit of something like why they call it 420, then I can make fun of my mom because like it's her birthday, right? So yeah, maybe I can make fun of her about it or tease her with it or something. I'll hang on to those. Yeah, see, she's got this blood magic ring right there that gives her killer buffs. I don't know, that nature damage does kind of tell me something. I do kind of want to get her to reintroduce that one thing in her blood magic tree. It's just so hard to get her tactic set. And put that in there. It just makes it so annoying to try to deal with. Should have 2. Okay. Just making sure I had 2 points. But if I was getting cheated a point there all this time and just didn't know, I've gone back and counted my points way too many times. I'm sure I've never been cheated there, but well, that would suck to find out you've just been getting screwed this whole time. You just never caught it. Okay, so okay, we don't need this, believe it or not. That's a good one though. That XP gain is amazing. Don't need that. We'll be needing all that. But I can definitely give her this. Kind of wondering if I'm going to go with that axe, which is actually kind of a hammer. It levels with you. Levels with you. I'll pick something and probably give... I don't think anybody's using this. We don't have Carver because we're playing the two-hander. So I don't think anybody's ever going to use this. Like, I'll start with this right here for right now. I mean, the health and stamina is cool. It's like a basic thing. I mean, it'd be cool for Fenris just to kind of have if we did it early type thing, but I think there's something better. And I'll hang on to it for a second. Maybe it's something I do give Fenris. Oh, fuck. Okay, inventory's full again. Okay, let's see. I don't ever use this. That spirit and that spirit. Yeah, the other Edge of Night has the +5 damage. Oh, and the attack speed. Yeah, I do kind of like that. I put this up. I'll give Aveline that much later. I give her that. The overall damage resistance instead of the magic resistance. And the extra rune slot, yeah. So she's not gonna be using that. Okay. Between these two, this is what I was talking about. Now we can put that up, or nobody can use that anyway. And there's Blade of the Archon too. Could just give that to Fenris. Alright, I could roll with it. I give it to Fenris though. See, this damage sucks now, but it improves the level up. Those 2 rune slots and that crit damage and that physical damage, like that is like everything. You can put a crit chance rune in this, and then put like an electric rune, or you could put the haste rune in that. That's what I'm thinking. The critical chance and the haste rune. When this becomes a 5-star item, once you get up to around level 20 something, I feel like this hammer would just be nasty as shit. But this thing, 40 sounds like a lot, but that's like level 17 plus. That has 2 rune slots. And that has crit chance and attack speed built in. So all you'd have to do is throw in, you could throw in another attack speed rune. It doesn't level with you though. But if you just threw the red lyrium rune into this, and then I'd say a crit chance rune, and then you got a crit damage modifier, and you got a 13 physical, which works with the crit damage, and you're hitting criticals like all the time, that just seems pretty gangster to me. There's an axe you can get in Act 3 that just has 3 straight up rune slots, and it's considered 5-star. You just put crit chance, red lyrium rune, and whatever damage type that you want. Just leave Aveline with this. We'll use her for a while. I don't think we take her into the deep roads, but I can hold these for her. We can go put these up real quick. So if I sort all this shit out now, I don't have to do it ever again, pretty much. And also, the reason I'm destroying shit instead of putting it up, just keeping it, is so I don't have to pilfer through it later. You know, this big-ass list of shit where there's a few items that I'm going to want, like in Act 2 and Act 3 type thing. Alright, so that's level 17. So we stash this. Yeah, that's just cool. That's like a super basic weapon. I don't know, maybe we find her something better. But if we're not taking her into the deep roads, like we're gonna go into deep roads without Aveline. Yeah, actually we are. So we can put both of those up. That's fine. I'm gonna give her that. We'll save this for her for much later. Never running with Isabella in Act 1. Never running with Sebastian until Act 2. So not sure, man. I think Blade of the Archon, man. That's some pretty straightforward shit, right? Mouse of Pie? Mouse of Pie, no, Alright, okay, so now we gotta figure out what we're gonna keep. What we're gonna use. That's cool. So that means we won't need this. That's level 6. +1 to all attributes, huh? That's level 15. That's Act 2. That's level 17. That's Act 2. Is that +4 strength? Oh, so that's like the super upgraded version of this shit right here. Gelganig the Faithful. No shit. 3 rune slots at level 17? Bro, like that's actually some pretty gangster shit. And crit chance? Oh, hell yeah. And magic resistance? Hell yeah. For a two-hander? Yeah, magic and arrows wreck your shit. That just wrecks your shit. Period. Okay, so totally taking this regardless. So don't need that. We'll totally be keeping that. That's level 7. That damage resistance is nice, I'm not gonna lie. I don't need the attack, but the damage resistance. But I don't. But I mean, I'll take the 2 rune slots. So I don't think that's a question. I don't switch out to +1 attributes. +1 to all attributes. I mean, that damage resistance is awesome too. I'm not gonna lie. We could totally just roll with that. I think we don't bother with this at level 15. We just come out of the deep roads and use whatever until level 17. And when you exit the deep road, you'll hit level 15, leaving the deep roads. You should hit level 14 and then fight the rock wraith. The rock wraith should get you to 15. Should. So something at level 15 that we're only going to keep for a minute, I wouldn't even bother with it. I mean, it is over twice the armor though, so it makes it like kind of a lot harder to deal with shit in Act 2 if you don't jump to. But I mean, we can find just whatever armor the game gives us, and it'll be better than this. We just want a rune slot going into the deep roads. This armor right here will literally carry us through all of Act 1. It literally will. Oh man, I was saying that. I said I think I was an asshole yesterday, and I don't even remember what it was about. I mean, I don't blame you for saying that. I really don't remember exactly what spurred that on. I think I went off about something, and if you want to take a minute to remind me of exactly what that was, and if I was wrong, I apologize for being snappy. I've been snappy the last 2 days, and it's not just you. It's been work, and it's been other things. So that's not the case at all. You can take my word for that or not, but that's not the case at all. You've been around for over a decade. If that was the case, it would have been. I mean, it's not that we even have to talk about this. That's my fault. So I'll apologize for that we even have to talk about this. Not really sure what that was about yesterday either. I don't even remember what exactly was said. I remember it something fucking pissed me off. It sounded like something. I don't remember fully. So if it's something stupid on my part where I ruined a friendship, wouldn't be the first time in life. And so all I can say, all I could do is apologize. But I mean, if it was something that we were arguing about, and I said something, maybe a little too aggressively or whatever. But I don't know. If you say the last. Well, damn. I mean, all right. If this isn't about me, if it's about some shit you need to do or whatever, cool. I mean, if there's something you want to talk about, we can talk about that. Cool, too. Cool. And if you made an off comment that I took the wrong way, remember, you're texting, I'm talking. So chat or text can come across the wrong way sometimes, especially if you're trying to get your feels out there on something and it's taken the completely wrong way. And if I just did that, sounds like maybe I did more than that, but let's just say I just did that, then yeah, not only am I sorry, but I'd be like, okay, that's a mistake. Let's just maybe squash that because it was just a misunderstanding. Maybe. If I was just being a dick, I was just being a dick. I mean, there's that too. I don't really remember. I remember snapping, and I remember even stopping the stream. But I've stopped the stream now 2 days in a row, and the day before that had nothing to do with you. It had to do with like a real bad day. I shouldn't have streamed in the first place. I was streaming, realized I'd completely fucked off a character and wasted I don't know how many hours into a character that was just completely garbage, and I knew exactly why it was garbage, and then I thought I was stupid for doing that. But that was completely on me. That wasn't anybody else. I said, man, this is fucking bullshit. I've completely fucked this off, and I don't feel like playing this anymore, so I don't want to start over. If you remember, that's exactly what I said, because that's exactly how I felt. It had to do with the game and me feeling stupid and just not having any energy for it. And at that exact moment, I was also thinking somehow I'd gotten into a rut at work that before my job ever really even kind of starts, yeah, I'm probably moving on and having to look somewhere else. Which at least I have outs, but that's not the point. Kind of thought I was in a decent place that might actually, like, this will work, this is cool, and then somehow inadvertently get my foot stuck, right? So that's where I was at on whenever that was. What was that, Friday? I think it was Friday. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, but don't feel like you weren't welcome here the last couple days. And if I snapped at you, which I do remember doing that last night. I remember snapping, and I don't remember what was said, but I was like a kind of like not just fuck you, but fuck the world type thing. Like, okay, well that's just, I don't remember exactly what was even said. And you know what? It can't be that important. If I don't remember and you don't remember exactly what was said either, it wasn't that important. The only thing that's important is if I said something to hurt your feelings or whatever to make you feel not welcome, then that's wrong, and so I'm sorry for that. Nothing could be further from the truth on that. So yeah, I honestly don't remember. So I mean, not in full exactly what may have been exactly said, or I mean, if it hurt your feelings, that matters. But outside of that, I don't, fuck it. It's not that important. Yeah, you feeling unwelcome is important. Everything else, not really. So yeah. Anyway, well, I mean, I appreciate that. If you're just gonna just like move on and so on and so forth. I mean, if that's the way you feel, then I'll respect that. Obviously, doesn't matter whether I do or not, right? But yeah, okay, cool. I mean, I hope if you say you got like new job and new focus and new things, and you're trying different shit and just get away from internet and stuff, which probably isn't the worst idea in the world for anybody. Cool. Well, I wish you the best on that. You and Sophie. Wish you the best, and I wish Sophie many salads. Many salads. The last thing I actually remember last night was talking about Sophie eating popcorn. And then something came up about something and something. I think it was, you know what? I think it stemmed from, and actually as a European, saying that things are bad is an understatement in a lot of ways. In fact, I've been crying on the UK's behalf a lot, even more so than my country. My country is kind of expecting to just be stupid, but in the UK, I mean, there's a lot more history there. There's, you know, the nobility there is supposed to be a thing, and it doesn't appear to be anymore. And if I was in or from the UK, I would be seriously bothered by that. Equally, if not more so, than I'm bothered by what's going on in my own country. And if it came to, I don't know, maybe I took something you said as like, we're all spoiled brats over here, and I'd be like, you have no fucking idea. And if that was the conversation, yeah, I could have said that harshly. I don't know that it would be all focused on you, but it'd be focused on like that statement right there. I'd be like, yeah, I mean, actually, if you look at a lot of my countrymen over here, which we're dwindling, our countrymen over here, shit, I don't think half the people in America at this point are American. And that's not a racial thing. It's a cultural thing. You're proud to be, if you're from a country, you would fight to defend that country. I don't think half of us would. I think it's less than half. Like, it's what, at least that's how it feels. That's how they're making us to feel over here, right? And it's a sad thing, especially a country where everybody wants to come here and turn it into the shithole that they're fleeing from, and then criticize it because it's what they made it. Not what it is, but what they turned it into. You come and infect something and then accuse it of being infected. Yeah, okay. Let's just stop for a second. You know what I mean? Like that's where we're at over here. And that's a bad place, but I don't think there's a good place anywhere. I mean, the UK, I know the UK thing, the whole the thing that's bothering me the most is the people that you're not allowed to fight. I think someone in the UK right now can relate to how the colonists felt, where they had stuff put on them, or how what's his face, Braveheart. The Mel Gibson movie, that whole Braveheart thing, whatever historical value there is how the kings and the lords would come in and just take your wife and take your children and rape them and impregnate them on your wedding night and shit. Just as a show of force. The UK is experiencing that by filthy, disgusting, fucking murdering terrorist enemies who their tax dollars are paying for to come in and do that to their children. They have, what do they call them? The squads, the dressing squads or whatever, the grooming squads and all this. That shit's not made up. And then you got this other European fucking religious Satanist doing the whole sword and sickle bullshit and his prayers and his dreams and all that, calling for the death of Trump. And what the fuck is going on over there? What satanic aids did Europe get? Well, that's exactly what they got. I'm not saying it's any better over here. I think James, maybe you hinted that maybe it is better over here. No, it's not. It's as evil and maybe a slightly different. No, it's evil in the same way. It just looks a little different because the news broadcasts it in a different way with their psyops language and their what do you call it? They're hypnotizing and all that shit. I think that's fair to say. So maybe that's the argument that should have been had, and anything I said that attacked you, it's obviously a wrong thing to do, so I apologize for that. If I did that. So I hope you accept that. If not, then I gotta respect that you don't. And if you're just politely saying, hey man, I'm done with this. Okay, that's classy, I guess. Yeah. Don't know what else to say to that. That's obviously strength and health. This is attack and defense. Outside of that, these are the same. Strength and health, attack and defense. Won't need attack. Defense isn't bad, but yeah, I'll take those. So we'll be needing those. We can wear these right now, so I can get rid of those. That means we won't be needing these. Let's see. Attack speed. I mean, that's so much better. I don't like the way these boots look. Not gonna lie. Might just stick with those when I hit level 9. I know. 19 points of armor is pretty significant. All right, James. Well, if you're still here, if you're just still chilling for a minute, then, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That's, don't know what to say. Yeah, don't know what to say on that one. Oh, no gauntlets at all with a rune slot. None at all. That's something that's missing. There might be gauntlets with a rune slot in at the Black Emporium for free, but I think they're for mages, actually. If I decide not to use these, I'm going to throw them away. Okay, these golden greaves are the ones, or they're the boots that look like lion paws. They're kind of stupid looking. Sorry, man. I don't like Orlesian shit at all. I don't like Orlesian armor, weapons, none of it. It's flowery. It's more flowery than the fucking elves, and they're made of flowers, and it's still more flowery than that. I can't stand it. It's like French or something. These are right in the middle, and they do have a rune slot, and it's just level 9. I can just wear them, and they do have that attack speed though. These have more health, obviously. Defense, I don't think makes a whole shit ton of difference. You know what? Fuck that. I don't like the way they look. I'm gonna wear something else this time. I made that decision. So I guess that's that. 2 health regen. See, I seriously consider giving that to, and the physical damage with, like, Stone Fist and, whatever. I seriously consider giving that to Meryl. 2 health regen is like, that goes to, I can use this. This I can use. I'm doing the Amulet Influence. I don't think anybody's going to need this because, yeah, they've already got other stuff. So that would be cool. I guess I'll probably wind up. Because see, Varric has this +1 to all attributes. If we didn't have this DLC, I would be giving the belt that you get underground at the, what is it, the docks, I think? At the merchant down there. That's a +1 to all attributes. Which I can now give to somebody. I'll probably use it for myself. Although +1 to all attributes could be kind of weak. at the end of the day, because there's better options. Although it does increase like your critical damage, critical chance by 1%. I mean, it is some small thing like that. Sorry. Another thing to think about is if I decide to go berserker, which I probably will. Pretty sure I actually will. At the end of the day, I'll take Reaver first. If I go berserker, any belt that gives a huge amount of stamina, any kind of stamina buff. I know any of the champions pieces tend to give stamina, maybe stamina regen, stamina, something like that, and some other possible stuff like, I don't know, extra healing. You know, it's typical shit that you get on warrior armor. You know, the champion's armor has like lots of runes. I think like the helmet has 2, the gloves and boots each have 1, or maybe the boots have 2 or whatever. The armor has like 3, or at least 3, I think. Those are pretty cool. Sometimes the DLC or the whatever armors can be even better than that. But they have solid buffs to all that. So there's like a particular, like maybe just the champion's helmet just has like a stamina buff just all by itself, which is cool. But still, a belt, if you don't have a belt that's just like solidly like just something stupid, like a huge amount of like critical damage and physical damage, or you know, something like that, which would that'd be kind of hard to pass up. But any kind of stamina buff, especially late game, is huge. But I mean, for right now, this is cool. Let's use this for me. Normally, I would give this to Aveline and just let Aveline roll with it, and then maybe switch it over to Meryl at some point. Probably give Meryl the belt that's +1 to all attributes, or give her this, and then just keep that for myself for a while. +1 willpower, which is stamina. +1 cunning, +1 dex. +1 strength. Not bad. Sell those. Now they're gonna have some more free shit in that's level 17, that's level 17. Let's hang on to these. Level 13. It's really just an upgraded version of this. Now that 3% attack speed, I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot, but when it comes to haste, like when you start stacking haste, that's pretty cool. That's a lot of junk. I need to go pass that shit out. Okay, well, if I remember to come back and get these, I guess. Might keep our eye out for a warrior set of gloves that has a rune. I think you get a warrior set of gloves that has a rune slot in it after you get to talk to Sandal the last time in the Deep Roads. I don't know if it's for warriors, but I think you get a gloves with a rune slot, but you can't put a rune in them. I mean, there's no crafting skill to where you can, you know, enchant your own shit. I was feeling nostalgic. Apparently yesterday. Biggie Fry guy. Let's let all this shit filter through. The one cool thing you could say about America is it's not going to fall completely. It can be corrupted so thoroughly from within that it seems like it, which we're pretty much there. Like the entire government is a cesspool. One of the worst people you know is the best person making your laws and passing your bills and shit in government. The worst person you know is the best person in Washington. Pretty much. You say, well, what about this person? What about that person? All I know is, man, it's been a while now, and I still haven't seen an arrest of known cannibal, pedophile murderers, sex traffickers. Known. Celebrity ones. I haven't seen a single arrest. Because the sheriff won't arrest himself. And that's where we're at. I don't care where you're at, that's where you're at. That's what they are, that's what they're doing, and that's what they're not doing. No matter where you're at. And this is global shit. So it's not necessarily America this or France that or fucking China this or whatever. I mean, the evil's been the known evil for long enough now where let's not even pretend anymore. And now the good guys are as bad as we thought the evil ones were, and then we find out the evil ones were behind that shit in the first place, which we knew all along. It's not that complicated. They try to throw a bunch of smoke in the air and turn it all into a bunch of Babylon, a bunch of confusion. That's what that word means. And that's what we got, a bunch of confusion. It's not confusing at all. Pretty simple, really. Okay, we got to get Rune of Fortune, whatchamacallit? Pattern, not pattern. Rune of Fortune, not schematic. What do they call it?
Customer. Thaddeus, stand straight. Faces, everyone.
Oh, it's a helmet with a rune slot. Yeah, see, it's mage gloves with a rune slot. That ring is pretty cool.
Welcome to the
Black.
Emporium.
The black. See, all those statues of Dumat there behind the mirror of transformation, which looks a lot like Meryl's mirror.
Dame fellow asked, why make a shop so hard to
Kind of look at the background and see if there's any lore that you can gather from it.
Really? He just has no concept.
So I'm guessing this is just the abyss. We got a shop above the abyss, I guess.
All manner of crafting lore gathered from...
Not gonna need that. Here we go. Need that. That's magic. So yeah. All right, so you don't get a armor set with electricity with a rune slot in it for the deep roads. This has electricity resistance plus a rune slot for an electricity resistance rune. It's the only way a rogue is going to survive in that rock wraith fight. Because those little lightning bolts that they just chunk at you, that's DPS over time. That's some like straight up MMO shit right there. MMO shit.
Price is negotiable.
Hey, hey, Young. I'm just gonna say Young here because I don't We don't get notifications here. I just got it on my phone. Somebody sent a dono. I can't do like an emote or a cool thing, you know, like some sparklies and shit, or well, I mean, I can show you here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can do a test. I think I can do a test. Here you go. Yeah, this right here. I think I can test this one. I don't know if it'll show it, but this is what it's supposed to do. It'll do it on Twitch. I haven't found out a way to make it work on YouTube, but I'm not, well, let's see. Right, hold on a second. Let's see. Let me find it. Let me find it real quick. Well, that's. Oh god damn it! I mean, I know I can find a way to get it to play anyway. If you want to speak up in chat, then I appreciate it. Just, you know, like raise your hand and say, "Oh, that was me." Anyway, someone sent in a donation. I guess through the PayPal button on the stream. That doesn't show up in this, and I don't know why not. It does on PayPal. I can't get it to show up here, even though it's supposed to. Oh, there you are. There you are. Neat. All right, man. Just wanted to acknowledge it. The only reason I know is because my phone said so, or else I wouldn't have known. Well, I mean, I would have seen it like later, and I'd have been like, "Holy crap!" And that's happened. I didn't. I think I was like out of the room, didn't catch it, and then like 2 hours later, and somebody's like, "Oh man, this dude didn't even say thanks." I didn't even know, but I appreciate it, man. Shit, I'm gonna call that the. I'm gonna call that going towards the gas fund at the moment. Actually, since I said that, I'm guessing we got some people here. Let me ask you a question, like all of y'all, like absolutely everybody. Anyway, thanks so much for that, and I'm sorry there wasn't any recognition on the stream. I'm giving it now because yeah, it just YouTube doesn't sync with that particular thing. Like super chats it does, but then YouTube takes a third of that. So I guess, you know, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. All good. Anyway, I really appreciate it. Thanks, man. And chilling here too. We're trying to. So I'll give you an experience I had. I normally go to one of two places for gas. And I pay this much, and we all know gas is stupid friggin' expensive right now, right? So if you spend this much, then your gas gauge should move this much. So I put in like $18, and that should have got me about half a tank. It did. I was almost on empty, and I stopped at a place I don't ever stop at. I stopped at a Chevron. Doesn't mean it's, I mean, that's just that's what gas is supposed to be. I'm not really convinced that one gas is better than another necessarily. But whatever. So I stop in there and I'm like, okay, I got a $20 bill and I'm gonna get a drink. How much is a drink? It's $2 exactly. Well, that's convenient. Okay, so put $18 in my car. That should give me about half a tank. It did. It put me up to half a tank. This is a true story. I finished that delivery down the street. No, actually, I was coming back from the delivery, actually. So I go back to work, which is literally just 2 blocks away. Get back into work, and I'm like, okay, because I knew there was deliveries up. And there's one delivery up, just one. And it's about, if you ask Google, it says it's about 8 minutes away, which means it's, depending on your route, let's just be generous and say it's like 7 miles. I don't think it is. I think it's more like 6, maybe 5 point something. Honestly, I really think it's more like a little bit less than 6, but let's just say 7 miles. So I go there and I realize I forgot something that they ordered. This annoying customer, when I see the address now, I will not deliver there anymore. Never tips. And okay, so if I'm in the area and I drop off your stuff, I know I'm not getting a tip ever. Like, he pays down to the penny, right? Exactly. Never tips ever. It's not in his culture. Fine, cool. I'm still going to treat him with respect and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. But I forgot he ordered a fucking cookie and two 2-liters of Pepsi Zero. I brought him a cookie and 1 2-liter of Pepsi Zero, because who the fuck needs 2 2-liters of Pepsi Zero for a cookie? I mean, if that's what you order, I'll bring it, but I literally didn't see it. I looked down, okay, 2-liter cookie, got it, bagged it, going. It's the end of the night, right? I just put gas in because I didn't expect to still be working. Fine, I'll take this delivery. Looked at the address, and I'm like, why did you even tag me out on this shit? Why didn't you just DoorDash this? Well, I noticed it. Fucking idiot, shut up. All right, so I take the stuff over to him. I ordered 2 2-liters. Instead of yelling at him, why the fuck would you do that for 1 cookie? I didn't. I said, okay, I'll go to try to find you one. So he's like 4 blocks off of the main street, and the main street has a few stores that are open, and by now it's like 11 o'clock at night. So I go to the couple stores that are open. Not like I drove 20 miles or anything. I drove maybe 2 total. Go to a couple stores, nobody has Pepsi Zero. So I'm like, okay, shit. So I drive back to work, all the way the fuck back to work. Now you think, it's just like 6 or 7 miles. That's not a big deal. Look, I'm already supposed to be off. That's okay. Another 10 minutes there, and then another 10 minutes. Well, okay, the way I drive, it's about 5 minutes there, 5 minutes back, and then 5 minutes back again. So I go get this 2-liter. I bring it all the way back and give him his other fucking 2-liter. No thanks. That's not the point. And then I go back to work. So I've driven, let's just say 7, and a couple. I drove 20 miles, right? That's the math. No, 30 miles. 30 miles. And I get depending, I get about 20 in town, and I get about 30 on the freeway. So let's just call it in town. I get 20 miles per gallon. So I just drove 30 miles. So that would be about 1.5 gallons. Let's just say 2. Cool. Do you know that those 2 trips and that little bullshit right there took my tank from a little bit over a half to under a quarter using the Chevron gas? Literally. From a little over a half to under a quarter in that one trip that I had to do twice. And I'm like, there's no way I drove that far. Like, there's no way I burned gas that fast. And so on the way home, I get some more gas, and I get it up to about just under 3/4. I think I put like 20 more into it. But I get a little discount at Circle K, so Valero. I get a little discount at Circle K, and it gets my shit up to just above 3/4. I drive the entire next day, 17 deliveries, the entire next day, driving to the same part of town that I did to drop off that dude's fucking 2-liter, right? And all this other stuff. I don't even use half a tank. Doing 17 runs. But you're telling me on 2 runs, which is essentially what that was, I used a quarter tank using the Chevron gas? No, ain't no friggin' way. Ain't no way. Is anybody else experiencing that? Getting gas that's burning up like you're running a fucking alcohol dragster, an alcohol rail, drag car type shit. Like you're burning up like 1 gallon every time you idle at a red light. You're not even moving, and your car's just sitting there doing this, and your gas gauge is just going down right in front of your face. Am I the only one seeing this? Is this the new ripoff? Is this the new little scam that you can't really prove? I mean, the pumps are working, right? They're giving you what they say they give you, but the gas itself is like 90% ethanol or some shit. And just starting your car takes like 1/8 of a tank. Am I the only one seeing this? That's certainly what it seems like to me. That's a serious question. I'm curious if anybody anywhere else in the world, wherever you guys are, is actually seeing that. Because that is literally exactly what happened. And I haven't experienced that with any. I've used Shell. I'll use Shell or Valero. That's just my two, and I'll switch it up sometimes just to mix it up, right? Shell, they might have some detergents in their gas here and there, even in their regular. So I might throw some of that. I might throw a tank of that in there. Pay a little bit more. Okay, cool. They say don't ever use the same shampoo all the time, 100% of the time. So they say don't use the same gas all the time, 100% of the time, for the same reason. You'll get buildup. So, okay, I've heard that, and I follow that rule, and it seems to work. But yeah, that one bit of Chevron gas, my car ate that shit up like it was Chinese food. Went straight through it. Like literally, like in front of my eyes. How does that even happen? All right. Anyway, sorry. I just had to ask that. Higher octane gas. That should be true. Higher octane, meaning less bullshit alcohol replacement filler in it. Like, why does everything have to have filler in it? Why don't you just give me 100% of the real thing and just charge me for it? Why not? Why does it all have to be filler? Why does it have to be ethanol? Why? You can buy ethanol-free gas. You can buy 100% pure gasoline at whatever its octane rating is with no ethanol in it whatsoever. It just costs more. You can get that at Buc-ee's here in Texas. Buc-ee's has little pumps that are ethanol-free. And do you know that if you run those in generators, it will not fuck up your carburetor? Which ethanol gas actually will fuck up your carburetor because it has not gas in it. It has fillers. The same shit that's in your food at McDonald's that's fucking up your body and sending you to the fucking doctor and probably got you on some prescriptions. It's the same shit that's in your gas. Why does everything have to have some fucked up shit in it? Everything has to have some yeast. All the fucking gas has to have a little sugar in it. Why does everything have to be just a little bit fucked up and they still charge you for it? Can anybody answer me that? Anyway, on that point, yeah, you can actually get ethanol-free gas. So why isn't all gas ethanol-free? Why are they charging us more to add some shit to our gas that makes it worse and still charging us? Why not just give us our gas? It worked for, 100 years. Why do you have to do this? I guess the same reason you got to put that shit in our schools and our school libraries in front of our little children. Drag queens doing the penis helicopter in our little boys and girls' faces and shit. I guess you just have to do that, huh? You just have to put that shit in our gas. You have to put that shit in our food. You have to put aspartame in our chewing gum. You have to put fluoride in our water. You just have to do that. What's the fucking motive, man? I mean, this isn't even conspiracy shit at this point. It's like, what the fuck, man? Why do you have to spend more money to charge me more money to give me shit that's half what it's worth and will fucking kill me? Or kill my fucking vehicle? Or just fuck shit up in general? Why do you have to do that? What is the motive, man? Shouldn't we all be asking this? And then just do a fucking Boston Tea Party? Enough. Just saying. Anyway. That's some real shit, actually. Real shit. Okay. So let's figure out. I got a respec. Varric's got a respec. Fenris, Anders, and Bethany. Bethany's got a respec. Yeah, it's absolutely. Make it worse. Make it cost you more money. I mean, I wonder how much automotive part manufacturers, car dealerships, and mechanics have to pay a little bit extra or maybe get a little bit of kickback as long as they put that shit in all of your gas. Let's fuck up the timing of all the stoplights too, of all the traffic lights. So you burn up your brakes a little faster and your transmissions and everything else, because a little more stop and go, a little more this and that, a little more wear and tear on your car over time. If you could scientifically get some calculation on how that could profit you somehow while you take from the little guy and give it to the big guy and it never comes back. Maybe that sounds a little conspiratorial, but fuck, if you ever driven around town, doesn't sound so far-fetched, does it? Anyway, so me, Varric, Bethany. Only throw Bethany in here. It's not really necessary to respec her. Especially if you want to give her some elemental shit at the end of the game when you get her back. Maybe. I mean, that's just looking ahead. Money gain is going to be a tiny bit lower because we're using the amulet influence. If you give it to your companions, you get a little bit more back from it. You get a little bit more. I don't know what percentile is. It's like 2 or 3% more, but that's actually a lot. Because you can put like a rune of fortune in your boots and get 2%. You can put an amulet of influence on one of your companions and get 2 or 3%, just because it's where they're wearing it, like Varric. I like making Varric our pimp, but I think Varric actually has a amulet that's actually pretty good. We could choose for him not to wear it, but making Varric better. Varric is kind of the cornerstone of this entire build, so he's pretty stalwart. This does leave me with some money. I've still got to go get the Rune of Frost pattern as well. We'll have plenty if we don't. Oh, fuck it. I'm just going to respec everybody. Hey, fuck it. You know what? That's fine. Yeah, so the, what is it? Formula? Oh, yeah, the formula recipe or whatever. So let's get everybody their stuff first, so I know exactly what we're working with. Varric has to have. See, that's like a really gangster ring for Varric. I mean, 5 health and damage resistance. I mean, I don't really give him much in the way of... I do give him some health. I don't give my rogue any health when I play a rogue, but I do give him some. Dude, I thought she got a... She only gets just a ring? Oh, shit. Okay, that's weird. Now, hers is gangster as shit. Fire damage, cold damage. I mean, okay, so it's better than this already, right? +2 willpower, which is cool. What could she really do with fire or cold? That's the problem. That's pretty cool. And nobody actually uses this. Like even the pedofilth has its own version of this, which is actually better. So we now that is actually worth something, though. It actually is worth some money, I believe. So, I mean, that's cool. We can get some money back, I guess. Or not. No, it's not worth anything either. I take that back. Did we just pay like $1.23 for these, and they're only worth 10 cents? I'm serious. They're worth almost 11 cents. We just paid $1.23 for them. Dude, what a ripoff. What a ripoff. Okay, so, well, we can just level her up real quick. So we got to get that up to 28, but nice. We got to keep her with us for a little while. Okay, that's all she's got. She's good. All right, I'll just let her suck one of these. Actually, you know what? Let's just everybody. Let's have a shot party. Anybody order a shot? Isn't that what Varric says? Anybody order a shot? Okay, there's two ways to go. We can overbear strength a little bit. Or we can keep strength and constitution at a 2-to-1 and just make sure that it's a 2-1-to-1 with stamina as well, and start dumping into stamina like right now, and just keep it that way. Like you go 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 3, 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 3, and if you get some extra attributes there, you make up for it on the, and you just keep it like it should look like 50 25 25. And so why would you do that with your stamina? Well, as a berserker, a huge stamina pool not only results in more base damage just for having the stamina, but it results in being able to perform abilities without burning your stamina up like immediately. And also, you don't even have to really worry about it until you're like level 20 anyway. Maybe 17, 18, maybe, but really 20 plus. That's when Berserker really kicks in, because you got to get all the skills unlocked to where it's even viable. And if you pick it first, it's a huge damage boost, but it's the spike damage is so high and the cost is so high that your stamina is like gone immediately. And any single target like a boss, you're left huff and win for like 80% of that boss fight, instead of getting any passive buffs to your damage just from playing. So that's why I go with Reaver first, honestly. Anyway, hold on, I'll be back. So I think just willpower, keeping willpower in mind. Also keeping in mind that sometimes really, really cool looking stats, like anytime critical chance, critical damage throws up there, like the critical damage is kind of, it's still important. But if you can buff, like let's say I had an amulet or a belt or something, a ring, or I don't know, just any piece of gear that said like plus 10. Now, if you get into the 20s and shit, remember 25% critical damage isn't 25% more critical damage than what you're doing. It adds 25% to your critical damage. In other words, let's say my critical damage is 200%. And I say, what's 25% of 200? It's 50. So if I add 25% critical damage, I'm adding 50% critical damage. No, you're not. You're adding literally 20. Now it's going to say 225. Not 50% of your 200. And then if you get another thing for like 20%, it's not going to be 20% of 250. No. It's just going to, it's going to stack. Actually, I think the better way to say it is add. It's going to add on. Right? It's definitely not going to multiply. So if you want to call it stacking, cool, call it stacking, but it's definitely not a multiplier. 25%, which percent is a division as well as a multiplier. Not in this case. It's additive. It stacks. So like if you get 300% total critical damage, your critical damage is just 300%. Like period. Not 400, not 50% of 100, which is 150, and then 50% of 150, which is another 75, and then another 50 of, no, it doesn't work like that. So if you can build willpower, there's this amazing thing in the Berserker tree, which gives you damage based on your maximum willpower. Or essentially, no, not maximum. I mean, it is maximum on your first hit, but Berserker makes you use your willpower as you use Berserker. So the bigger your willpower pool, the smaller hit that takes. The more willpower you have, the more bonus you have. And then Berserker also has a thing where each swing costs less willpower and adds more damage per swing based on available stamina. Right, so it's kind of a thing like that. So if you're on a single target like a dragon, oh, and then it also adds the stamina you get back on a kill. But if you're on a single boss, you got to watch your stamina bar because you're not getting any kills. You're not getting any willpower back. Right, you've got to be able to kill something. So it's nice when you've got a boss with adds, like a dragon with dragonlings. Kill all the dragonlings, max out your stamina, attack the boss for a while. Hold out and get weak and get tired again. Go attack some more dragonlings, get better, go attack the boss, do max damage, and it's kind of a thing like it's an MMO strategy, if you will. Resources is what you would actually call that. Available mana, available stamina, whatever. Anyway, so we've got all the stuff wait, hold on a second. Make sure we're wearing everything we're going to wear at the moment. Yeah, see, am I using this or am I using this? Or I could actually roll with this for the entire game. See, it says 9 compared to 20. Yeah, it's going to be weak right now. It'll get better every time we level. I think every 2 levels, it goes up 2 points. It might just go up a point per level. Or maybe it goes up like 1, then 2, then 1, then 2, or maybe it's something like that. Anyway, I don't know. We could keep an eye on it if we think about it. So that's a red steel weapon. As well as this. This is a hammer, though. And so hammers are going to have... I noticed the sword just really had a much bigger stagger. You think you would stagger more with a hammer, right? Doesn't seem like it. But we do need something going into the deep roads. So we could come back and get this. Whatever. Anyway, nobody's going to need this. Or if we don't think we're ever going to use it, we just give this to Fenris, let him have it. We're going to need Fenris a couple times throughout the rest of the game. Even though we're both two-handers, doesn't matter. We're going to need Fenris. I give this to Fenris. Oh, that's a thing I can do. I can give this to Fenris. Let me just hang on to this. Put that up. Yeah. This kind of looks like a Dark Souls sword. Like a giant's, I don't know, steak knife. But it's a two-handed sword to you, but it was a giant steak knife. I can totally see some Dark Souls lore like that. You know, like the butcher knife in Dark Souls, which is like maybe one of my top 3 favorite weapons all time in Dark Souls is the friggin' butcher knife. Dude, the animations are hilarious. It's a great weapon. Fantastic weapon. So let's put this shit back up again. Yeah, I'm just gonna set this here. I mean, that really starts. I mean, imagine that crit damage and physical damage once that weapon gets to like level 20. It's going to be pretty sick. Once that physical damage is like in the 20 to 25 range, 30 range, that crit damage is going to be hitting like 40%. Or I mean, maybe just 30%, but still, physical damage probably about 20. Yeah. Damage versus humans. I don't know. What does that really count for? Who really gives a shit? I don't think I need it now, but I'm going to give this to Fenris. I got to give that to all right. What's up, T? What's up, man? All right.
Do you ever wish you lived in Orzammar?
Great ancestors, no. You know what Orzammar is? It's...
Dude, I never bought that. I literally never bought that. I had a feeling too. Playing days.
cramped tunnels filled with nug shit and body odor.
Oh, the game day's gone. I mean, your playing day's gone. What, you're just done with video games? My playing days are done. My playing days are done. I'm not playing anymore. That's it. I'm done.
I have a good imagination.
I was like, what?
Why would I waste
Really?
it on that?
Oh no, yeah, that's an amazing friggin' game. It's a beautiful game. It plays really, really well, and it's cool because it's like you're friggin' Daryl doing his own shit from like The Walking Dead or something, just making shit up as you go, and you can just do what you want. Yeah, true story.
Bodan Fedic, purveyor of goods,
He really is that good.
rare, at your service. And this is my son Sandal, who is as brilliant and
I 100% of that game. Well, before the DLCs came out. 100% of that game. Because it was worth it.
We shall be accompanying your expedition and providing the needed supplies. It's all quite exciting, isn't it?
The thought of adventure does make me giddy.
A kindred soul, surely. But I digress. Do you wish to peruse my wares, or perhaps make use of Sandal's unique talents?
Enchantment?
Just so.
You two don't seem the sort to hire onto this sort of expedition.
My son and I have never played it safe. Never captured a tried and true rose. In fact, we have just returned from adventures while accompanying the hero of Ferelden, legendary Grey Warden and vanquisher of the Blight.
So you helped to defeat the Blight?
In our small way,
by
perhaps.
giving them a
We did not fight
a
Grey
50%
Warden's
markup
side, of course.
discount.
The hero of Ferelden is a fine man.
They fed us and kept us in their camp and protected us from the Darkspawn while we marked their shit up 50% and made a fortune off of them. That's a discount. It's literally, this is the most sketchy, greedy dwarf you ever, yeah. Just saying.
Let's see what your son can do.
Enchantment?
Enchantment!
Yay! So we're gonna do this in Varric's shit right here. You know, this makes more money in Varric's stuff than it does in yours. If you have a set of armor with a rune slot, he makes you more money. He's just a pimp like that, I guess, or some shit. I don't know. Whatever. All right, so we're gonna put this in here, and then this is a good question. What do we do here? That's a really good question. I don't have a rune slot. I don't have a fire weapon for Nightlies. Nightlies is where this would shine. With like a fire rune and honestly both of these. You could go wreck the shit out of Nightlies with that. It's not the worst idea. Right? It's not the worst idea. Just go wreck Nightlies like early. Like just right out the chute. I mean, maybe not the first thing, but that's all you would need the fire rune for. Doesn't really work for anything else, to be honest. Fuck. That'd be a nasty-ass sword for that. But you'd be wasting that rune on just that one thing. Or you could give it to Bianca. Doesn't do shit against dragons. Doesn't do shit against Canary. Doesn't do... It's only for Nightlies. That's a good question. And he's not your primary damage dealer either. He's more the setup guy right now. No shit, man. God damn it. You could put both of these. Both of these in this sword. And it would still only be good for that one fight. Wouldn't be good against anything else, pretty much. No, I'm guessing you got it super, super cheap because the game went under the radar and you're realizing, dude, this shit is fucking fantastic. This shit is actually fun. It's got a story. It's got some shit going on. There's some intrigue. It's almost some Walking Dead level stuff. And the fucking fights are, they can be brutal, man. Like that shit is nasty as fuck. And the zombie, just the zombie everything going on and where it's set. It's like this beautiful, Colorado backdrop of like this Aspen Village type shit in Colorado. And then like the fucking woods look amazing and they give you all these cinematics. John Carpenter zombie shooter. Oh, really? Oh, John Carpenter. There's only one thing I know John Carpenter for is, there's only one thing. It's, Escape from New York. That's the only thing I know John Carpenter for. That is his masterwork. That is what Fallout 4 was supposed to be. Escape from New York. That's literally what it was supposed to be. I mean, not exactly. That was the pattern, and they just didn't. And not only did they just didn't, but they didn't on purpose. And the weakest argument I heard was that, hey, according to the Fallout lore, New York is underwater. Okay. Guess what? That literally makes your story. So here's a little sidetrack. I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. If I was a game developer, I would have taken that lore and I would have changed it and I would have made Fallout 4. And I would have put it in the timeline to where this was reasonable. But this is what I would have said. A wall was erected around New York to preserve America. And you can take Fallout lore wherever you want from there. To preserve America that America destroyed. With all their fucking CEOs and, you know, the people that, you know, are on the Epstein files, right? We know who did what. And the only people that paid for it are the 99% of everybody else. Yeah. That, well, they aren't the 1%. So it's a good storyline. Anyway, you put a wall around New York and treat it as a dam, and then take the water out of New York, and then you have a governed state like the Duke of New York. Dude, if they would have made Fallout 4 in New York and had a Duke in there, I'm not saying run around with a Cadillac with fucking chandeliers on it, but goddamn, if they would have made the reference, that would have been the most epic classic shit ever. But like the New York Public Library being a stronghold, the Empire State Building, you know, you know what? Leave the Twin Towers out of it. Just leave it out of it. Just leave it out of it. If it was 50s, if it was futuristic 1950s New York, I don't think the Twin Towers were built yet anyway. The Empire State Building was, though. So you could make that some kind of stronghold. Central Park would have been... I still picture Central Park as a mutant stronghold, and I still picture Macy's as a mutant ambush place where you got raiders and mutants vying over, I don't know, some shit going on at Macy's. Because, you know, not only do you have the Macy's parade, but they're probably going after some godlike balloon object that is their actual worshipped god, or, you know, just make up some Fallout shit of some stuff going on at Macy's and something going on at the Empire State Building. And when you make it to the top, it's got to be some fucking achievement. And then you got Central Park, and then you got fucking everything else. And you got Wall Street, which is probably going to be the governing place of whatever. If you want to involve the Brotherhood of Steel, I think you kind of got to work that in there. Not really sure. But anyway, I mean, maybe they could show up on the scene in a futuristic sense if you put it in the right place in the timeline. Fallout 4 could have been amazing. You just put that shit in New York. New York is flooded. That's your excuse. That's your excuse to make the game in New York. That literally makes the story for you. I don't know how Bethesda didn't see this. That literally is your story. You create a wall around New York, Manhattan Island. You make a wall around it. And then all of a sudden, you take all the creepiness from Escape from New York, right? And then exchange the bad guys and the story of Escape from New York, and you just fucking make a game out of it. Make it the most badass shit that ever happened in the history of ever. That's what they could have done. You can't tell me they didn't know that. But they didn't do it on purpose. Bunch of lazy fucking woke fucking pieces of shit. Period. How do they not do that? Just saying. Anyway. Yeah, I like zombie stuff too. If you want a good one, neat, I'll give you one. Hey man, you paid the $5 admission that wasn't an actual admission fee at the door, but you paid the $5 admission fee. So I'll give you one if you haven't seen it. It's called, oh shit, hold on. Let me give you the right name of the movie. I think you'll like it. If you like zombie shit, you'll like this. Because it's under the radar. It's kind of indie. There it is. There it is. All right, so let me see. Well, that's what Fallout 4 was supposed to be. That's what Fallout 4 was supposed to be. Escape from New York in Fallout. That's it. That's all. I mean, maybe they could still do it in the future, but Bethesda doesn't even make games anymore. They're passing their shit off to somebody else because they're not capable of making a game worth a single fuck. Have y'all ever even looked at Starfield in the last 5 years? Has anyone here in stream looked at Starfield in the last 5 years? Or whenever that dog shit came out? Anyway, here, go check this out. If you've already seen that, you're on top of shit. I get it. But if you haven't seen it, you might want to go watch it. It's a pretty good one. I would put it kind of along the lines of The Road. The Road. I would put it along the lines of The Road. The Road is more of a Fallout movie, actually. Like that's about as gritty as Fallout was probably supposed to be. But Year 10 is it's more zombie-ish, right? But yeah, I mean, totally worth checking out. It's one of the better made low budget movies you'll probably ever see if you like zombie stuff. I kind of had a feeling that was bad. 29 years later, and I think they made two knockoffs. It's like 28 years later and then 29 years later. I think there's like two separate ones that are like both just fucking bullshit. I mean, by like 28 weeks and 28 days. 28 weeks wasn't bad either. I mean, that was a good one. I mean, if you're gonna do a sequel, they made that shit like personal and shit. Like it was done in the same exceptional indie development, exceptional indie production type of shit, right? I don't think they lost any of that vibe there. And they had some good players in there that didn't give that superstar status. I'm a superstar, so I'm going to make the movie suck so that they can feature me. I didn't get any of that from 28 weeks later either. 28 days later was just unique. It was its own thing. It was as unique as the original Night of the Living Dead. It was just its own shit. And if you want to go back before that, you can go back to my uncle's movie, Omega Man, or Last Man on. Originally, it was done with Vincent Price. They eventually remade it with Will Smith and called it. What was it called? What was the Will Smith movie? That was like the third remake of the movie. The original one was Vincent Price. It was probably, if it wasn't the original zombie movie that probably inspired George Romero, then I don't know what was. But it was a Mega Man originally, and then they called it something. Last Man on Earth, I think, was like a kind of a remake or rewriting of it. And then Will Smith's was I Am Legend. Yeah, my uncle wrote that movie. My uncle actually wrote that movie. It's kind of cool. He passed away. Oh geez, I want to say about 8 years ago. 7, 8, maybe a little longer. And his wife was awesome. That was my Aunt Ruth. Ruth Matheson. That was my Aunt Ruth. And she was one of the coolest people I think I've ever met. She was just, I don't know. My uncle was very Hollywood. And his children are very Hollywood. Christian Matheson and yeah. Anyway. What's the daughter? I never met my cousin. What's her name? Allie? Allie. I think Allie. I don't know if that's short for something. I never met her. I supposedly met Richard once, and I supposedly looked just like him, but I don't know about that at all, period. I don't remember meeting him. But I remember my Uncle Rich. He was pretty reclusive. But yeah, I Am Legend was like the third, maybe fourth remake of that story. The original one was either Omega Man, or maybe the Omega Man was the first remake, but the original one was The Last Man on Earth. Anyway, it was Vincent Price. That's based on the story. If you read the book, it's not really zombies, it's vampires. It's basically vampires, but I mean, they're zombies. I mean, they're zombie vampires. So it was like one of the first zombie stories ever created. Anyway. No, that is not the uncle. No, I can't say he was at the Grove. I can't say he wasn't. I mean, he was top tier Hollywood. I mean, he wrote The Incredible Shrinking Man. He wrote the original Twilight Zone. This is going way back. The Grove was before that. I'm not saying he never went there. I don't really know. I just remember meeting him, but I do remember his wife, Aunt Ruth. My Aunt Ruth Ann Matheson, she was just cool as shit. She was just cool. Well, she really liked kids, and my mom was real close to her. Like, real close to her. And I guess you could say by extension, I kind of was too. The few times I went to their house, which was in Hidden Hills, California, a private community, own police force, own post office, own everything, right? Their house, when Aunt Ruth passed away, their house was bought by the Kardashians. The Kardashians basically lived down the road somewhere. And so the Matheson house was bought by the Kardashians. I don't know what they did with it. I don't really want to know. Because their house was cool as fuck. I remember being there a half dozen times. You know, I mean, it's not like, yeah, whatever. I was never mentioned in any credits or mentioned in any will that I'm aware of. And if I was mentioned in a will, somebody else got that. So it wasn't ever about that. It was just kind of cool because I read, I would say, about 80% of his books. The Incredible Shrinking Man, The Beardless Warriors, Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeves. You ever seen the movie Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeves? It's one of the best romance movies ever. A dude actually goes back in time to meet his love. And my uncle, Rich, actually has a cameo in the hallway while Christopher Reeves is trying to get to his beloved's room in this hallway, but still keep it looking kind of proper. And my Uncle Rich actually shows up in the hallway there and makes his cameo. Kind of like Stephen King does in his movies. Yeah, the same type of way. He literally did a cameo in that movie. But Somewhere in Time is a fantastic story, and the book is even better. The Haunting of Hell House? Dude, go read that shit. That's a horror novel. That's a horror novel that's done so classily. But oh, sorry, that's not English. With so much class that it's almost ridiculous, and it will fuck you up. There are certain spots in that book, if you read the book for itself, The Haunting of Hell House by just Hell House by Richard Matheson. Oh yeah, it'll fuck you up. Just go read the book. It's better than any Stephen King novel. Stephen King sucked my uncle's dick. Actually, I don't think my uncle would let him suck his dick because fuck Stephen King. That pedo reprobate, fucking insecure piece of shit. Fuck that fucking thing. My uncle destroyed that motherfucker when it comes to creativity and writing some new shit. Remember the original Twilight Zone? That was some original shit. You ever seen Twilight Zone the movie? Those are all his stories. The Wish Kid and, you know, the Goblin on the plane and all that shit. Those are all his stories. He was one of the 2 original writers of the Twilight Zone. I'm sitting here just boosting him. Oh, he's passed away. He's passed away, and it doesn't do anything for me. It's just cool to have not only met him but have read most of his shit. I can show you a signed book right now from my uncle. What did that mean? That doesn't mean anything. Anyway, yeah, cool stuff. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I Am Legend, which is actually vampires. I mean, they're zombies, but they're vampires, right? That's how the original book was actually written. If you read the original book, which was, I think the movie was called Omega. No, the movie was called Last Man on Earth. Maybe the book was called Omega Man, the original book. I never read that original. I saw the original with Vincent Price, and it was very much Night of the Living Dead, black and white, fucking very post-apocalyptic, quiet, dead Earth type thing. Pretty well done considering it was one of the first movies of its time. But the original book doesn't really have much to do with Will Smith's movie, how it plays out, but the subject is actually kind of true to the book. I really do like I Am Legend. In fact, I think maybe the original book was actually I Am Legend. Maybe that was the original book's name, I Am Legend. Maybe. And then Vincent Price movie was Last Man on Earth or Omega Man. I don't really remember. Anyway, however that plays out. He wrote that story. Anyway, cool stuff. So yeah, I've always kind of been kind of keen on that shit too. Yeah, anyway, cool stuff. All right. I'm still, a lot of times I just put the fire rune in Bianca, but then you fight a lot of Canary and a lot of demons and a lot of other stuff, and fire doesn't do shit to pretty much anything but humans and maybe spiders. And shit, even some humans are immune to fire, like Templars. Maybe, yeah, fuck Stephen King. Bitch made millions writing mediocre novels and putting out dog shit 80s movies, and now it's just fucking complaining to try to get a foothold in Hollywood, trying to suck Satan's dick by hating any good thing in America, hoping that America goes into the shithole. That fucking thing, if it died, the world would be a better place. Stephen King's stuff is mediocre at best. Clive Barker is a self-proclaimed fucking pure hardcore goddamn Satanist. Like Sodom and Gomorrah Satanists, like making Sodom heaven. And has come out with some shit that makes Stephen King look like the bitch that he is. And I'm not going to give Clive Barker any credit to that fucking freak. But that motherfucker came up with some shit. You want to talk about like real chills and real horror stuff? Yeah, look at Clive Barker's shit. If you just want to go down that rabbit hole, and I mean, Stephen King is sucking Satan's dick. Clive Barker is Satan's asshole. So let's just put it in that reference, in that frame, and then yeah, then let's talk about stuff. If you want to just go down that evil rabbit hole, yeah, Stephen King is sucking Satan's dick, hoping to swallow. Clive Barker literally is Satan's asshole. So there you go. Where does that put my uncle in all that? I don't know. I don't hear any conspiracy or any slander stuff related to my uncle at all, ever. Like anywhere. Did he attend all that high and mighty shit to stay part of the club? I mean, my logic says he would have had to, without getting ostracized. But sometimes, like, Keanu Reeves doesn't do that shit, and he hasn't been ostracized either. He just seems to be untouchable. I'm not putting my uncle in that regard as far as a writer goes, but he was always cool when I met him. And his wife was fucking amazing. You know, she had a bird that hated everybody but her. It was a parrot. I think it was a parrot. No, it wasn't. No, well, she did have a parrot. She did actually have a parrot. No, it was like a crow. It was a blackbird that she had rescued from something, and it would bite everybody. But when she came up, oh my God, this thing loved on her like it was just the most gentle thing you ever saw in your life. Just a little infant, fresh from the womb. But if anybody else came up to that cage, it would try to kill you. Yeah, it was a raven, a blackbird, I think. But she also had a parrot that like talked a bunch of shit, I think. And she just liked stuff like that. I don't remember any dogs or cats anywhere at their house though. I do not remember a single one. Now my mom's a dog person. I'm a dog person. I think I would remember just a dog there. No, there were birds. So my aunt had a thing with birds. And she had a thing with rescue birds that only loved her and just fucking hated everybody else. Which is cool. I can respect that. If I had a dog that just loved me and fucking hated everybody else, which I've had a dog like that. There's not a whole lot better in life. If you're a dog lover and you got a dog that loves you and hates everybody else, and they're intelligent about it too. Like they will go out of their way to fuck with people that aren't you. But as soon as you say, sit, man, just chill, they stop. Outside of that, they're going to destroy the world like Marvin the Martian. Except you. If they set off the big kaboom, you're the only person that's not going to get hurt by it. But they're going to just kill everybody else. That kind of dog, that's a pretty cool dog to have. If you ever get that experience in your life, there's nothing. You can't replace it with anything. My dog's name was George, and he was a complete fucking asshole to everybody. But he hated little kids. He like if you didn't let him torment little children on their way to and from school, oh, he'd take a shit on your pillow. He never took a shit on my pillow. He took a shit on my parents' pillow a couple times though. Yeah, he was a gangster ass dog, man. Man, that dog loved me. That's probably the tightest living creature, human or otherwise, that I've ever been associated with ever. Like, we'll talk about unconditional love. That was my bro, and that's just it. We were best buds, and if you got a problem with that, he would probably try to kill you. I'm serious. He was that type of dog. He was cool like that. He wasn't vicious. He was just smart. Ah, man, cool ass dog. All right, so I was gonna give this stupid sword to Fenris, but now I'm thinking I want this for. Oh wait. You know, I'm just gonna save these runes, man. You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna save them. All right, so I told y'all I don't really care about playing the game tonight. I'm just streaming just to stream. just to talk to somebody. I'm just hanging out with you guys, to be honest. No mystery there. All right. Okay, so we got that. All right, so now that we got pretty much everything we can get, let's level up. So here's a thing. One option is to do the whole 2 to 1 to 1. And then there's a 3 to 2 to 1. Meaning if I had 60 strength, I would have 20 constitution and 40 willpower. That seems too much. I mean, that'd be great for DPS. That'd be sick. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, I mean, yeah, it's possible. I didn't see his name mentioned once anywhere in the files. Pretty much everybody else was. Even people you wouldn't even think were even important enough to be mentioned there. No, they're there too. Maybe you could do like a 5 to 2, like a 50 20 20. 50 20 20? That'd be like 140 40. I always like stretching strength a little bit. It keeps your attack up, but once you get your strength to a certain point, your attack's going to be 100 regardless, you know? I remember Keanu Reeves when my buddy Nathan, I call him my buddy because we're not related, but I'm over 50 years old, and Nathan's dad, we've been friends since we were 10 years old. So, I mean, if you got a brother, we're probably closer as brothers for a good portion of our lives. Now, we don't really talk. Last I knew, he didn't talk to anybody. Nathan passed from cancer and shit, and that was a long, arduous, shitty fucking evil ordeal. But Nathan was a gangster about it. If you want to talk about a gangster ass kid, we could sit here and talk for the next hour about that. But I know he couldn't get a last wish. They couldn't make that happen, and they had somebody who was involved with the Last Wish Foundation. Couldn't make anything happen. And he just loved friggin' John Wick. My nephew loved John Wick, and I call him my nephew because, I mean, I don't know. Actually, he's my little dude. But whatever. He loved John Wick like nothing else. The only thing he loved as much as John Wick was Hancock from Fallout 4. He loved Hancock in Good Neighbor. That was his shit. He would go collect guns and just go visit Hancock and get Hancock as a follower, whatever it took, and then just run around with Hancock and just do shit. He just loved Hancock, and that was his shit. Collecting guns and getting Hancock. And then just dropping guns and picking up guns and deciding which guns he wanted to keep, and that was just his thing. And that's okay, because that was, he had the right to play that video game the way he wanted. That's just what he liked, and he was down with that, and that made him comfortable when he was going through chemotherapy shit that was shoving fucking spikes into his chest, into his fucking heart, to insert fucking radioactive cancer-causing shit into his body to kill him later. Chemotherapy. Anyway, whatever the, I don't even want to talk about it. If you got something to say about that, shut the fuck up. Anyway, so Keanu Reeves reached out. I don't know how he got the word, but he reached out and he brought the entire family out to LA. And my friend, his wife, Holly, who I've known since we were like 14. She got to go to The Price is Right because she wanted to be a contestant on The Price is Right. She didn't wind up being a contestant. I think it should have happened. It should have just happened like that, but she didn't. But she at least got to go see it. She got to see The Price is Right as a live viewer. I don't know if Keanu made that happen or not. I think probably. They got to see Disneyland as a family. And Keanu Reeves took Nathan to his house, showed him his motorcycle collection, hung out with him, introduced him to his producer in the John Wick's films, and some other people involved with the movie. Took him to a private viewing of, I think at the time it was John Wick 3. This was around 2013, so I think that's right. I think it was John Wick 3. Took him to a private viewing. He got to hang out with Keanu Reeves and watch a private screening of his fucking movie. His next movie that hadn't come out yet. That's what Keanu Reeves just made that shit happen. Had him in his house, had the family over, took him out, made sure they got to see LA and just do whatever. And then stayed in touch with Nathan until he passed. That's what Keanu Reeves did. I don't see him raping and eating babies and worshiping Satan. I'm not saying he doesn't. But if he could do that and then still do that other shit, I'd be really surprised. But that actually happened. So, yeah, man. I'm kind of on that bandwagon, man. I gotta say, he's the exception, not the rule. He never comes up in any of the shit either. The ones coming up in all the shit seem to be the shit. Like actual shit, don't they? He doesn't cross me like that. Personally. I don't see it. I don't see it. Anyway, that's actually a true story. So, no, maybe I never know. But you judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. A bad tree cannot bear good fruit. And a good tree cannot bear bad fruit. So, I mean, he's got a lot of good fruit. Maybe I can't judge that, but I can discern it. I see him being different. That's how cool that dude is, though. He actually did that. And you never heard about it. Why? Because he doesn't care about that. Does the right thing for the right reason. His own personal trauma from top to bottom, best friends, wives, girlfriends, whatever, this and that, and blah blah blah. I mean, you can go through the story and stuff like that. He doesn't ever mope. He doesn't ever do anything. He just does his thing. I honestly feel like feels like he's lucky to be an actor, and you say, well, he's a bad actor in all of his movies. He's still making movies, and they're making fucking billions. And he doesn't act like that at all. Ever. I'm not putting this dude on the shrine. I'm just saying, if he asked me for help, I'd help him. Anybody else in Hollywood ask me for help? I wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. I would say, fire is the least that you deserve. I just want to record your screams so I can sleep good at night knowing that you at least suffered when you died, bitch. That's what I would say to anybody in Hollywood. Now, if Keanu Reeves had a flat tire, I'd buy him a fucking tire. Even if I didn't have the money to do it, knowing that he has millions. Yeah, that's what I would say. That's my discernment on that. You do that for my little dude, I'm down. True story. All right, I'm trying to figure out what I'm just gonna go a 2-1-1. I'm just gonna do it simple. I mean, if we get a few extra points of strength here and there, cool. Strength is a little bit overrated. It only raises your DPS what? 1 point per point. Actually, 2 points every other point. 1 point per point, right? We'll get our willpower up there. Let's keep it like that for now, anyway. Yeah. So anyway, atmospheres. I love the name too, by the way. Nice play on words. That was an actual like personal experience, and I just got to see it happen. I didn't have anything to do with that one. Now, getting Nathan in touch with what's his name? The voice actor for Hancock. I was blessed enough to know somebody who actually was best friends with that person, coincidentally around this time. And she's a famous tattoo artist, and I'm trying to remember his name. I'm embarrassed because I can't remember his name right now. But the voice actor for Hancock was a good friend of hers, and I knew her through another friend of mine, Nikki. Anyway, so long story short, I got the story to Erin. Erin is her name. She's a tattoo artist. She's actually has world renown as a tattoo artist, so she must be at least okay at what she does. Anyway, so she rubs elbows with these. I think she used to like even date like the drummer for some famous metal band and all this stuff. Anyway, she gets in touch with her buddy who did the voice acting for Hancock, and he sent Nathan a message. And it was like a long 15-minute thing on his iPad with Hancock's face, and it was a personal message to Nathan, like mentioning him by name, and we got room in Good Neighbor. If you ever want to stop by, man, you got, and he named like the hotel in Good Neighbor, and you got like room such and such and good, like he did the whole spiel and all that. So he didn't go out empty-handed. At least he was actually thought about. But anyway, going back to Keanu Reeves, man. If anybody had a problem with Keanu Reeves, I'd back him up. Not that that really matters, but I would. I wonder if there's actually something on that. That'd be kind of cool. See if it's like I remembered. I don't know. I doubt there's anything actually on it, but it'd be kind of cool. Oh, so Make-A-Wish actually took credit for this. Holy shit. Tomball, Texas. Well, if it says it was organized by Make-A-Wish. Oh no, it was more than that, dude. They actually no, I know. Wow. Well, there you go. It's actually a thing. They don't say anything about anything else that Keanu Reeves actually did, but he did meet with Nathan right here. Let me see. Well, here you go. Oh, this works. All right. Well, there he is. Well, there he is. He got to see a screening of the next John Wick movie with Keanu. Him and Keanu eating fucking popcorn in a private screening of the John Wick movie that wasn't even released yet. So that actually happened. So they're not going to say anything about some of the stuff. It wasn't 5 hours in LA. It was like over a week in LA for the whole fucking family. And my buddy Steve got to go see a place that I told him about from my upbringing, my first fucking 20 years of life. And that was Disneyland and things like that. Like I said, I don't know if Keanu made that happen, but probably. And family passes, and you get to cut in line and shit like that at Disneyland. I'm pretty sure that's kind of how that went down too. And I know the wife Holly McGarrett, the mom, got to go to a live Price is Right, which was like her shit. That was just her shit. She just wanted to do that once in her life, and she got to do it. And so I'm not saying Keanu made that happen, but while they were out there, all that shit that they ever wanted to happen, happened. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and paste this. So y'all can see that I'm not bullshitting here. I'm actually not making any of this up. So yeah, Atmos, yeah, I don't know, man. On this one, there you go, man. True story. Actually happened. Actually happened. And that was my little buddy. And yeah, he died at 14, having beaten cancer twice. The third time got him. I don't know if it says anything else in that article there. If you go look, that's him. Anyway, he was made an honorary police officer from the local Tomball Police Department because that was about as close as he could get to the military at age 14, even though he was in ROTC and all that shit. And the cancer started in his leg, but he still went and did his ROTC shit when he could barely walk. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there too. Anyway, so true story. Anyway, good stuff. So yeah, maybe Keanu is actually kind of cool. I mean, but you know, maybe he's the worst of the worst and is just covering all that shit up with some facade of something that Hollywood is totally cool with. Who knows, man? Who knows? I'm surprised there's even anything on it, like at all. Certainly wasn't like a publicized thing. Okay, you gotta have that regardless. Crit chance is 10%. Gotta have that. So I don't typically use any of this stuff. Maybe if you're gonna play tank, maybe you want something at least like this, maybe. I don't know. I mean, then you got, this is all defense stuff, but it's so many points that you have to invest in that shit. Normally it's, I just go pure offense. We can definitely take a second ability. Although I'm kind of wondering if maybe, if we're out here on an island with like 3 ranged characters, and we're out here on an island most of the time, maybe we actually want, maybe we actually want this. Dude, the AoE on that shit is so fucking stupid. And the physical damage with automatic crits. Physical damage is 120. Physical damage here is 180. So it's about 60%, but it has a much bigger AoE. Or you got physical damage 135. What's the cooldown? 20 seconds? It's 30 seconds here. You say, well, why not just take all 3? Don't really have points for it. That's the problem. Because if you're going to put points into Reaver, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4. 5. Minimum of 5. I mean, theoretically. Let me just minimize it. What is it? These don't have any point requirements. That takes 2 points, so that's cool. That takes 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, if you just wanted this is haste. That happens. I think the duration is 10 seconds, and then you get 10 seconds of cooldown. Still, it's like internal haste. Devour is amazing. You say physical damage, health regeneration plus 8. If you have like a health pool of 300, how is 8 going to help you? Well, somehow, when you command that, like, stagger chance and fucking crits on disoriented targets and this and that and blah, 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 this shit will crit. And the cooldown is 100 seconds, 120 minus 20. This shit actually becomes a Swiss Army knife. This is actually worth taking both points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. I don't think there's any reason to upgrade this. I use that as a one-time deal in a combo. Sacrificial Frenzy. Basically, Sacrificial Frenzy and Barrage and Cleave, which basically almost triples your damage. It basically triples your damage, and you use it as a combo. So that's like the second tier of your stuff. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Your second tier. So like if you're on PC, it's a completely different thing. But here, you've got your second tier. So you can create a combo of buffs, and the buffs that the buff that's the shortest is probably the one you activate last. So you do like a BYX or an XYB, you know, that type of thing, or an XBY, whatever's comfortable to you. That determines your buff on your buff on your buff. So you basically triple buff yourself. And yeah, it's actually pretty simple. And then your first tree is your primary abilities. Dog is here. Dog doesn't have to be here. Dog can be on the power wheel. You can just, you know, activate your dog anytime you want to. Right? And if you have any other sustained abilities, you can make sure they're always active in here too. So you don't need to hotkey those. That shit does not turn off every single fucking fight like it does in Dragon Age Origins. It doesn't turn off. Thankfully, Inquisition doesn't do that either. It doesn't turn that shit off. Where you have to turn it back on for no fucking reason. You just gotta wait and make the game seem longer. Like there's more content because you gotta wait to turn your shit back on, even though you're not even fighting anybody. It's fucking stupid. Origins is really bad in a lot of ways when it comes to combat mechanics. Anyway, all right, so we got 5. These are primary. I think crit chance is like the most important. But if we can get that, then might is good because it's a constant damage buff. It takes 20% instead of 15%. But if you look, our attack is not at 100%. It is not at 100%. But right now, based on where our stats are, if we get heroic aura at some point. All right, so let's just level her up real quick. Was that cold? All right, cool. All right, so we need 2 to 1. We need 2 to 1 magic to willpower before we start fucking with anything else. That's mandatory. Nice. See, that takes 3 points too. That's the sick part. That takes 3 points. So do I put this extra point here? I guess to get this at level 8, right? We want Bethany with... We're taking Bethany into the Deep Roads with us, with this build. It's going to be me, Varric, because Varric has to go. So if you're like, I'm just going to go into Deep Roads without Varric. No, you have to take Varric. So he's stuck in your party. That is your rogue, and that's it. That's all. So, nice. She's got full heals. I'm going to do Dispel. Alright, so now she's ranged. Let's see. Okay. Alright, hold on. This is going to be haste. We're going to set this aside for haste. That's the first thing she needs to do. That determines whether we win or lose a fight. Haste is haste, and then everything else. Haste is truth. Wouldn't that be a badass fucking t-shirt? If you had like a... Holy shit. Y'all would get it, right? Let's say we, well, I mean, I can't license this shit. So I could never actually make this. I mean, I couldn't do it with the backdrop. If we had a cool backdrop, we'd have like the Dragon Age Origins dragon thing. It's like on a black backdrop with the red dragon, and it's got like Morgan's face and I think like Liliana's face or whatever. It's the Dragon Age Origins cover art, which it's beautiful. It's like a monochromatic red, red over candy apple, airbrushed kind of dragon with the faces of the Origins characters in it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful artwork. It's actually beautiful. And then you have Dragon Age 2's, which is like the dragon itself, or the Kirkwall symbol, which is kind of like a tribal dragon shape. Either way. But if you had some like combo between the two, and then you had haste equals truth as a t-shirt. Wouldn't that be a cool ass t-shirt? Oh my God, I would wear that. I mean, I don't think I have any rights to make that, but I would totally wear the shit out of that. So like the cover art and, you know, and all that, that's licensed and I get it. I mean, but if you made some like artistic combo of the two, maybe that would be artistic interpretation. I don't believe in stealing other people's shit. But I mean, when something becomes iconic, representing something, which is marketing, obviously. So you got to be careful about, you know, using any of that type of stuff. But wouldn't that be amazing? Haste equals truth. It's either the thing or it's not. It's either right or it's wrong. It either works or it doesn't, right? Damn, haste equals truth. I wish that applied to every video game. We need to come up with that t-shirt. If I could find a design for that t-shirt, would anybody be willing to get that t-shirt? You know, as merch. You could set up a merch store on YouTube. I mean, everybody does it. And I mean, if you're down with the cause, I mean, that's something I'd be the first customer on my own merch store. I'd be like, okay, I want this. Like, this is my shit. Can you screen print this shit on a t-shirt? Yes? Okay, but can I have it? Awesome, thanks. 100%. All right, let's see. Let me see what abilities I have now. Got heal and dispel magic. All right. Ally health. Minus 25. heal. So everybody, like her heal is actually upgraded, right? So she can heal for 80% instead of 50. I just hope she doesn't let anybody die before she actually is able to heal. So let's just do self, mana, minus 25. Use item, use Lyrium Potion. There we go. An enemy has any buff? Has any buff? Usability, dispel, self, health, health, minus 25. Health potion. She's ranged. I think that's perfect for her. Seriously, I think that's actually perfect. Let's throw in a self, mana, stamina, but minus use item, stamina draft. Okay, that's fine. All right, so now let's... Okay. Yeah, his dex is actually, like, pretty gangster, to be honest. Yeah, no shit. Wait till we set up his, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and set this shit up. And so we gotta have this. Just go ahead and take that. So instead of this, which is what I always went for. So if you go look at my old YouTube videos, I'd be like, okay, speed is speed. Speed kills. Speed does kill. But if you got speed and you can hit things like 10 times more often, a little bit of speed goes a long way if you're hitting 100% of the time. Whereas a little bit more speed doesn't do shit if you're hitting half the time. So I take precision. And that critical chance is fucking stupid with Varric. That crit chance, along with all the other crit chance, Varric gets like pretty much at the end of the day, like 70% crit chance just because he exists. That's how gangster he is. Like seriously, it's basically stupid. Honestly, you start running out of stuff to give him, but anyway, so now if I'm playing a rogue, I give Varric, I start making my way towards Chameleon's Breath. Because if I'm playing a rogue, I'm playing Shadow. Shadow doubles the damage output from Assassin. Essentially. So there you have it. Anyway, so gotta take that. All this is good. Don't use this. This is friendly fire. The only thing it hurts is you. It's fucking stupid. It's like doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I guess they just threw something into the game because they had to. I guess. Let's take that 120 right there. And then we're going to start working our way towards Goad. So I'm not going to be using Taunt. So I need Varric to taunt me. To basically cast Taunt on me at all times. So we're definitely going to need this. Alright, so now, what you got? See, we're level 5. Time we get to level 12. Which is what, 7 levels? I don't think he's getting any more stuff. Unless something levels up or something, but yeah. So 7 is 14. He needs to be at 40. That'd be level 11. That'd be level 11. All right? All right, so If we put everything into cunning after this, that'd be 3 times 6 is 18. That would put him at 40. We need to be at 40 by level 12. Let's just put it that way. Wow. No shit. I don't think it's this easy. This puts him at 40 by level 11. He's level 5. 3 times 6 is 18. That puts him at 40. So I can make this 20? Are you fucking kidding me? Right? I don't think I'm tripping. All right, so level 11. Okay, that means 6 more levels. 5 to 11 is 6. Times 3 is 18. That puts him at 40. That puts him at 40 cunning. At level 11, not 12, 11. And the only reason we need that is for one fucking trap in the game that's worth like, it's worth like 100 XP. But it's a trap, and god damn it, if it's a trap, I want to disarm it. If I can't disarm it, then my rogue sucks. So, there you have it. So I think that's perfect, actually. And 20 dex is actually pretty good. I mean, his DPS is, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. All right, so now, self any. We're going to save this for Bianca. Save that for Bianca. And enemy, rank, elite or higher, usability, pinning shot. That is his shit. Pinning shot. He really doesn't have anything else to do. Using attack type, attack. You want your ranged. My can probes? Oh shit. Oh, thanks, man. No, thank you. Thank you. I didn't realize. I was busy with the game. All right, there we go. All right, thanks. That hasn't actually happened in a minute. I mean, we've only been streaming 3 hours, so I don't see why I would just act up now. But anyway, I guess that's what it decided to do. All right, so I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me know. Awesome. I'm glad I actually saw you saying that, because I would have just gone on, and my shit would have just been froze the entire time, and I would have had that expression like. The worst expression that you ever want when your cam freezes is like, you know, just like that. Yeah, that's the worst thing you ever. All right. So anyway, Varric's. What's crazy is we're just now actually leveling up our characters, but it's cool because we got all of our stuff organized. And we're actually figuring out exactly what we're going to do going forward to where we don't ever actually have to mess with this shit again. So that's actually pretty cool. Let's see. So we got Armistice. Not going to use that. I could throw something like this in here. Stamina. I don't think Varric is actually ever going to use this. Maybe more than twice in the entire game, but works for me. All right, so this is Varric's one job. He has to hit elite enemies like assassins, blood mages, dragons, whatever. He has to hit them with disorienting shot. It's called pinning shot right now. It's going to be disorienting shot once we upgrade this shit. You can actually come back through your tactics and just like when this changes names, you can actually reassign it just to make sure that it's actually working when it's supposed to. But yeah, that's perfect tactics for Varric. Varric has one job. It's to pin assassins and elites and bosses and shit in place, setting up for a combo. Right? So what's the combo? The combo is shit like this. If an enemy is disoriented, then you hit them for what? 300%? And if you hit a crit, then you hit them for that much harder. All right, or let's see. I don't think anybody actually has it now. Yeah, so if she had the primal tree, Stone Fist does the exact same thing against disoriented enemies. So this is how you take the Nightmare Bridge from, oh my god, I can't kill anything, to they're one-shotting me. This is how you bridge that gap and bring it down here, and you hope you get over here somewhere. You hope you get ahead of the game to where everybody's fucking doing their thing and they're doing it stronger than the game is doing it. It's a DPS race. If you're faster, if you're Usain Bolt, then fuck everybody else. That's pretty much how the game works. Combos are how you get there. Combos is like Usain Bolt getting a 50 meter warp ahead of the competition in a race that he's gonna win anyway. That's how Dragon Age Nightmare works. That's basically it. Like, seriously. Hold on. I'll be back in a second. Anyway, thanks for letting me know about the cam, though. That's awesome. I hope it's working now, and I hope I hope everything's working, actually. Yeah, no, no. I mean, no. That's the only time your cam freezes, man. Is when you're like, when you're looking like, some alien that you would kill as a boss in an RPG. Like that alien boss that you're killing in an RPG. That's what you look like when your cam freezes. Like every single time. It can't just be when you're just like this. When you just chill. Oh no, it's got to be when you're like. That type of shit. It's got to be. I think that's just mandatory. Anyway, all right. Let's see. So, see, I'm a critical chance fan. Like, what is our critical chance right now, for example? So our crit chance is 15%. So, get a set of armor that adds about, I don't know, let's just say 10 to that. That would be 25%. Maybe get an amulet that adds another 15%. So that'd be about 40%. Put a rune in a weapon. We're talking like end game shit at this point. That adds another 15% crit chance, probably. Like an actual, like in a top tier 5-star weapon, another 15%. So was that 40%? Your mage is going to give you 10% with heroic aura. That's 50%. Now you're trying to push 70. I love the number 69. So whatever. I mean, that's maybe call that perverted. Doesn't matter. Anything like 65 or better in a Dragon Age game, it's not 100%, but it's as close to 100% to where you don't have to invest anymore. You hit enough crits at 65 plus. So maybe Dragon Age loves the number 69 too. I don't know, maybe because they're full of women that never mind. It doesn't matter why they like it. Apparently it's a magic number. All the way through Inquisition. True story. To where 69 plus means that you're hitting crits almost constantly. And if you have haste involved or any kind of momentum shift, then you're hitting them like literally 69 acts like 99. Maybe we need a shirt for that too. But I mean, I think the only people that would be buying or wearing a shirt like that would be ones that understand min-maxing a Dragon Age game. But I'm just saying, haste equals truth. 69 acts like 99. I don't know. I'm trying to get ideas for a shop. Just to come up with some merch that's cool, that goes along with the type of games that I mean if you're here and if you're still here, if you've been here for like a minute and you're still here, like these type of ideas actually ring true in these types of games, RPGs that were actually meant something instead of what we have today, which fucking sucks. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do this regardless. Gotta have these. I would like to get a second ability. I mean, the physical damage is pretty significant, actually, considering where we're at. I just don't think I have room for all three. I mean, we could use the Hot Wheel. See, now this is a lot of stamina. This is a lot of stamina cost too. So if you're gonna run Berserker and you're gonna do like a mighty blow, a scythe, mighty blow, scythe, mighty blow, whirlwind combo on a group of enemies. On single targets, it's gonna cost you. On multiple enemies, actually you can get so much stamina back from instant kills, like one-shot kills, that you can actually make Berserk stupid. You can make it stupid. Problem is, you don't have that many skill points. You're just not going to be able to level enough. I don't actually think you are. All right, so you got to upgrade this. I don't need the brittle thing. I don't need that. So that's not a point I need. But that when you increase your damage by 50% going forward, yeah, Mighty Blow is the shit. And this increases your damage by 50% too. This increases your damage by 30%, but it's an auto crit. So if you wanted to roll this, let's see. So how many more points? See, I've got 2 at level 5. I've got 2 at level 5. All right, so let's just say I have to have this. If I wanted all of this shit and just to actually roll with this, I would have 2 points here. So I'd have 1. I have 2 points left. So let's see, that would be level. And we're gonna get some talent tomes too. We're gonna get 1, 2, 3. We're gonna get 3 more. 3 more in the game. So let's see. Let's just build our character right here and see what we actually got. All right, so let's see. If I wanted all this shit, which I kind of do, man. I mean, Whirlwind, you get to start with Whirlwind, right? You get to start with Whirlwind in the tutorial. It was called the demo when Dragon Age 2 demo came out. It was called the demo, and you got to actually run with this shit and see what you could actually do. And it was gangster as fuck, and it was violent, and it was fast, and it was stupid. And you didn't even have haste. And then when haste comes in, dude, it takes it to another level. It's just like, it's like the ultimate gaming experience ever. Just fucking period. Right? So, yeah, anyway. All right, so let's see, level 5, plus we've got 2 points. All right. You know what? Let's just see. Let's count the points that we actually want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and some upgrade. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29 points. That's asking a lot. So we're level 5. Try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I really like these. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 points. Can you manufacture 30 points? I think you have to use DLC to actually manufacture 30 points. But it's possible. It's actually possible. I mean, you can hit like 27, 28 just at the end of the base game. What that does tell you, though, is that Berserk can actually amplify your damage and allow you to scale with the game. Because remember, the game scales. Every time you level, the game scales. If your damage doesn't scale, that's on you. That means your build sucks. But the game will continue to scale. Every single time you level, they hit harder and they take more damage. And they act even faster, and they're more brutal, and they're more fucking aggressive. And it is what it is. That's how the game works. Origins is the same way. If you catch yourself around level 7, 8, 9, and you're trying to get from one place to another, and they're throwing level like 15 shit at you at Nightmare, and you can't disarm a trap, you can't kill anything, your build fucking sucks. And I'm talking to myself. I just experienced that. I know how to do it better next time. But still, I had to learn that lesson. So that's the way the game works. It punishes you if you don't do it right, if you will. I mean, we could theoretically actually do that. Theoretically. Or I just don't have to take Whirlwind. I don't actually have to take that. True story. Most of the time, I just roll with Mighty Blow. Scythe is like a charge, and then Mighty Blow is a finisher. I charge into a group, and then I finish with Mighty Blow. But dude, this shit is gangster as fuck. If it's a guaranteed crit, and you've already got all that base damage coming from Berserk, I'm telling you, I think this sucks early, but it's amazing later. Although theoretically you can have all these. You could have like a 1, 2, 3 punch. But you're using, what's that? 30, 60. You're using 80 stamina. What's our stamina right now, for example? 110? That's a 1, 2, 3 punch using, at this point, 80% of your stamina, right? So, I mean, like, there's that too. Here's the problem. If I take this now, then if I decide to use this, that's a choice. I cannot take this now. I could just not use this at all. And then take it maybe later. Or I have no charge though. See, like, this is mobility. Scythe is actually a charge. Like, you can cover, like, if the map is this big, right? If you're here and the map is this big, you can cover a range from here to here, and when you get there, you hit that hard. Plus some. If they're brittle, whatever. I mean, we're not dealing with brittle targets unless you maybe get Meryl to use like Petrify. Make her spend an extra point on Petrify. You could actually get some brittle targets. Yeah, you can definitely get brittle targets at that point. If you make her use Petrify. I mean, that's definitely worth upgrading. But what this does do right now is gives you another physical damage option. Fuck. Hold on a second. We gotta pick one of these two. We could probably take a attack now. Yeah, we could take attack now, and maybe if we can get our critical chance high enough without taking this 10%, then maybe we could actually take this, which is critical damage, which ironically, critical damage is higher even though your percent chance is lower. That sounds like a wash to me. Oh, I hit criticals less often, but they hit a little bit harder. I don't know. I mean, I guess if your numbers are big enough, this is actually worth looking at, to be honest. Huh. And then we got to think about going into the deep roads. What do I want at my disposal? I can have this. I can have this 2 levels from now. Start using that, but I can't have crits until what? Level 13? That's like in the deep roads. I mean, you can still do it. Cooldown -5. That's 25 seconds. That's 20 seconds. And that's 20 seconds. So basically, you can get that 3-part combo going. I think we actually do that. Although we probably won't have room for all this shit. All right, let's just go ahead and take the. Yeah, I guess we're gonna actually go for that. Maybe. I kind of feel like I'm fucking up here, actually. I kind of feel like I should wait for. This. But this is mobility. This is like an actual charge. Actually, if I can upgrade this before we get into the deep roads, we can deal with this later. Right? And even then, actually, I want the Reaver ability to actually heal. So I don't actually have to use this. It's a guaranteed crit. True story, but it's diminished damage. This is 120. This is 120 by itself. This is 120, but it's AoE, and it's a huge AoE. But then the problem is, I actually kill my team members. My party members, I actually kill them with this. If I spin a whirlwind and anybody's like Varric, who's running across the fucking map, and I press whirlwind and it waits for Varric to run right in front of me and then hits Varric with whirlwind, Varric's dead. And then everything Varric brings to the party is actually taken out of the equation because I just fucking one-shotted him with this bullshit right here. I should just go with what I know, right? I should just actually go with what I know. True story. I just go with this. Like this. Like this. That's 1, 2, 3 points. That's it. But Whirlwind is just so satisfying, bro. It chops people in half. It's a guaranteed crit. You know what? You know what's crazy though? There's no benefit. There's no benefit. Like here, combos, at least there's a benefit. There's no physical force benefit, whatever. I mean, you know what? Maybe yeah, you know what? Actually. Nice. Cool. Nice. Well, y'all just heard me talk myself into and out of about 15 different things. If that makes any sense, cool. If not, well, join the party. All right. Yeah, I think that's definitely where I'm going with that. I don't know. Still, I would really like to get Whirlwind in there somehow. Honestly, I think I'm just going to kill my companions at least half the time, and that's just... I mean, it's hard enough not to compel him, not to kill him with something like Scythe. That will actually kill him. So, seriously, just saying.
I should take a trip to the country.
Mighty Blow is friendly fire. Nice. Nice. Let's go.
And here we are in
Yeah, Mighty Blow is friendly fire.
Let's not stay here for long.
Madame Lucine runs the place for Harlan. Or with him. Or on him. It's a coterie thing.
Ha! Ha!
Nice. I'd say we just go kill something, right? Let's just sell that. That's garbage. That's garbage. Nice. Cold damage, no good. Alright, so let's see what our setup actually does. I still think maybe at the end of the day we can put something else in here. I think the Reaver skills are better served, just as far as speed is concerned. But I mean, Whirlwind is just it's so sexy, and it is so sexy when you're
Need to get close touch.
nice. I mean, a good build and a good tactics. I mean, well, I mean, if your build is right, it's gonna work. At least most of the time, right? It's a heal, man. Beautiful. What's cool, I like collecting potions because you can sell them. Potions are like continuous money. If you keep your potions into like the 1, 2, 3, 4 range, you know, like you got 2 of these, you got 1 of these, and you got 3 of those, and maybe you have 4 of these. If you got 4, you might want to sell like 2 of them.
So, what do you do, Adelaide?
You know I'm a guard. Why are you asking?
I mean in your off-duty hours, for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
Well, we got the XP buff.
That's not really my thing.
Everybody's being solicitous and cantankerous in the whorehouse. You know, and all that shit.
I could also say for a hawk. But yes, for a mage.
You have a sword. Why aren't you killing someone right now?
Fair point. But I can put my sword down.
Believe me, I have tried.
Nice. Another staff. So, if we didn't have any DLC staffs, all these extra staffs would be effing amazing. 100% amazing.
How much longer do I have to wait?
So would you call this big sword a steak knife?
Good days.
A dinner knife? A butter knife? Maybe a butter knife. Or wait, hold on. Maybe a cheese knife? This could be a cheese knife that we have here.
Easy as pie.
Maybe this is a joke. You know, Bodan's like, can I interest you in a cheese knife? A cheese knife? Sorry.
Not much room in the barracks, but there's nowhere I'd rather be.
We already got that, I guess. I picked up some things, but didn't pick up others. That's disturbing, actually. What's this? 11 spirit. Alright, so got another spirit staff. Complete piece of shit, but whatever. 2 mana regen. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give that to her. True story.
How much longer do I have to wait?
I love the
Being a guardsman seems like a
loading screens just being like almost instant.
My brother was a
Beautiful.
soldier. It's all about taking land and serving some king you've never met. Guardsmen, they do something real. They protect people. They make their lives better.
I don't know if I agree.
Neither would my brother.
So the cops, the one that wants to defund the police is the one who's not qualified to ever be a police, which is a fucking Democrat piece of fucking hypocritical shit that's not capable of doing anything on its own, but it has to protest any good thing, and that would be Carver. Carver is that. Carver is a fucking Democrat. An actual police officer that's actually sworn to defend a public that actually hates the police officer because Satan, in the form of democracy, fucking liberals, woke, tells them to, and they still do their job anyway. If you see a police officer and you don't just buy a bottle of water for them, then you're the worst piece of shit that ever existed on the face of the planet. And if you died in a fire, you'd do the world a favor. I'm not telling you to kill yourself. I just wish you'd never been alive. Just saying. True story. If you're a liberal, if you're defund the police, bitch, you're the first one to call 911 because you're a fucking blue-haired, purple-haired, fucking lesbian pussy piece of fucking transgender piece of fucking shit. You're the first person to call 911 when you're threatened because of who and what you are. I hope the police don't answer your call and that whatever that you created is killing you succeeds. So therefore, the world is a better place. Everything's good. And the police can actually go to defend people that are actually worth a shit. True story, right?
Sorry I couldn't get you more information.
If you don't agree that's a true story,
Circle, Bethany.
then fuck yourself with a cactus until you're dead. There you go, man.
Discreet. I don't want the Templars at
Pretty simple, man.
No one.
The line is pretty cut and dry right there, man.
Makers. I just want information.
Right.
It sounds like I'm trying to convince myself, doesn't it?
I wouldn't have said, but yes.
May the Maker's gaze be upon you.
I guess we're just doing all of Hightown now. I guess we are. How was I to know she was a woman of ill repute? You were in a whorehouse. That's probably how you should have known she was a woman of ill repute. And now you knew what you did, and you did it on purpose. And now you're asking God to remove all consequences from that. And you're probably a married man. Yeah, maybe God is going to just let you go ahead and answer for your crimes. And then we'll talk about it later. Yeah, that's probably how that goes. I defied all common sense and I did every evil thing I could possibly do because the news told me to, and I even fucking voted Democrat. But could you forgive me for making the world the worst place to live in because I exist and every decision I make is fucking satanic and liberal and woke? Could you please just forgive me for that? No, maybe you just need to answer for your crimes and all the people that you affected negatively because you made your choice, like a serial killer. Yeah, maybe you just need to answer for that. Jesus will still take you, but man, you're making it hard to forgive you. You piece of fucking shit. You piece of fucking non-human, goddamn woke satanic shit. Your story. Anyway, now let's just kill everything. Nice.
Sorry.
That's it. That was pretty fast. That works. Like that's DPS. That's the DPS you're actually looking for, I think. I mean, that's good enough. Can we make it better? Sure. But still. Let's go ahead and collect some money because okay, that would actually suck. So I was talking about just selling these potions as you collect them. Beautiful.
Hey, Franz. You're right.
Thanks. Understand Act 1 is huge. It's like a lot of Kirkwall daytime, nighttime. Man, just like this game spreads itself out. All right, so now I guess we would just work our way backwards, right? Yeah. Yeah, we actually work our way backwards. All right, so we grabbed all the stuff. Nice. Lyrene stuff, we have to come back here anyway, right?
This fell into
Nice.
my hand.
I gotta pee. Come
I
back.
recognize it.
What time is it?
Stumbled on this. Can't say I'm
It's
surprised.
shit, it's almost 5:30. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, it's going on 6 in the morning here at my time, which is awesome. Actually fantastic. Cool for anybody who's hung out the entire night here too. That's amazing. Don't need anything here. I think we'll just, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up all the lootables here. I'm not gonna buy Aveline shit, which kind of is like making a choice. It's just I'm not ever gonna use Aveline, even though she's here in our party.
Here's your reward. Keep looking, though.
Nice. Good loot drops. Yeah, she's got an armor upgrade there.
Oh, right.
And I'm basically deciding that
District, my favorite part of town.
I'm not gonna actually use that.
The best armor coin can buy.
Maybe it's not smart. Nice. Yeah, so we still have to go talk to Varric, right? Yeah, you can't make RPGs great again. All the development studios that are allowed to develop games worth of shit have to go woke. They have to go woke. It's a one world system, and that's what we're living under at this point, which is exactly what the scripture said. So there you go. But yeah, if you want to make RPGs great again, or make Israel which is America and Canada great again? Well, I mean, the only way to do that is with Jesus Christ, and that's with the millennium, and that's with the end of this age as we actually live in. So yeah, you're not going to get that. You'll get a promise of that though, and you can go ahead and buy into that shit, and then lose your actual soul, like your actual soul, like forever, like you just get destroyed, and that's on you because you were biblically illiterate, and that was your choice. You hate the Bible. You don't even know why you hate the Bible. You don't even know why you hate the Bible. Just because the news told you to. You would support a purple-haired freak that fucking destroys the entire country that they're elected to fucking control while they fucking rape and eat infants and children and shit. And this isn't even make-believe stuff. Like this isn't even horror movie shit. This is exactly what's going on. And you would think that that's okay, but you hate the Bible. Do you understand how fucked up you are as a person? Do you understand how fucking stupid that is? You are such a fucking tool. And you deserve everything you get. Now, if that bothers you, it's because it's true. If that doesn't bother you, because you know it's right. DPS equals truth. True story. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and save it right here. Go ahead and make a hard save. Yeah, it's late. It's like really late. I gotta get up and go see my mama. I gotta go see my mama and give her a present and just say happy birthday. And nobody told me what 420 was about, so I guess I'm gonna go Google that before I go to sleep while I go make something to eat. I'm gonna go Google what 420 is actually even about, because I still really have no idea. Apparently none of you guys do either, and that's okay. I'll let you know next time when I see you, if I see you, what it actually means. And if you already knew, okay, whatever, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, good night, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I will try to see you guys tonight. I know it's what, 5:30 in the morning right here, right now. So I'll try to see you guys this evening, and if I don't, then you guys take care and have a good rest of your week. Stay safe, God bless, and y'all take care. Anyway,